It's the Bob and Tom Show.
You've heard famous announcer from the Bob and Tom Show, Chick McGee, doing play-by-play on the golf course.
Get in the hole.
Oh!
Oh, man.
It's in the hole!
You've heard Chick McGee getting a prostate exam live on the radio.
Chick is bent over a large stool.
I am so clenching. I can't.
No, he's left his underpants up. Those have to come down.
Well, I didn't want to.
We'll take them all the way down.
That's it.
How's she going to find it? Okay, wait a second.
Find it.
Wait a
Golden
second.
Jelly. Oh, now, well, that's not bad. Oh, God. Ah, Jesus.
The nurse is in there. Is it over?
Fist?
It's over.
And now, here, famous announcer Chick McGee singing with some of the most famous bands of all time. It's Chick McGee Rocks. You'll get Chick McGee with the Beatles.
Oh! Please believe me.
Led Zeppelin. Van Morrison.
Our name is Steve.
And Chick McGee with Humble Pie.
You know it's hard to believe that it came
In the hole! In the hole! In the hole! In the hole!
It's Chick McGee Rocks, as only the Chickster can. To order, call 1-800-AAAAAA. That's 1-800. Exclusively on Figure Records.
Hey, welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. How about ya? Do you have a fly in your workplace flying around, driving you crazy?
It's a UFO.
The thing is as big as Christie. There has to be a dead body buried beneath us. That's all there is to it. There's a fly in our studio. I'm sorry. This will take up most of the morning. So get comfortable. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Now, if a superhero was relaxing,
Yes.
perhaps out by the pool, I feel like that's the sweater they would wear.
Ooh.
See the fly?
Yes.
I told you.
Oh, he
It's a
likes
mess.
Josh.
Get him. Okay.
That thing's huge.
Okay,
Yeah.
$100 to the first one, the one that kills it. $100.
Okay.
Hi, Pat Godwin. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick fly desk.
Hi.
I'm Chick McGee. There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold. And here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
All right, sir.
We'll move forward
geez.
today. We have a lot going on. Are you okay over there?
No, I can't. Wait till he starts buzzing you. And why isn't he buzzing you?
He's hanging out in your area. Maybe it's because you're so sweet.
Oh, that's nice. Thank
Maybe
you very
so.
much.
I smell swell.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot to get to today. First off, congratulations to Chick McGee.
That's right. Say it. Say
And-
it loud. Louder.
And to Jen Mallon, because their first pick in this week's, officially week 4 of the NFL season. Last evening, you guys both picked the Bengals minus the points. Big winners as the shoe-in marches on. Now you're 8-8 on the season against the spread. Is that correct?
Right there at, who said that? That might have been Daniel Tosh again, who said, you're 500. No different than flipping a coin. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it, buddy.
Anyway, congratulations. A nice positive evening.
Yes.
Serious
business. Yeah, thank you very much. Serious business at the game, which we'll explain in a moment. Trying to get to the fun part of the event.
Well, the rumor, if you missed the game, Tua Tagovailoa was sacked again and hit his head, and he was on the field for, it seemed like 10 minutes, and he was stretchered off, as they say. He was in the hospital. He was responsive, moved all of his limbs, And the report I heard this morning was that he did fly back with the team to South Beach. So that's all I can tell you right now.
Can he play the piano anymore?
Yes, he can still play the piano.
Well, he couldn't before.
What the heck?
Not quite how the joke goes.
It's how it goes on this side of the room.
Well,
anyway.
No, it's, hey, Doc, as the man is lying in his room, hey, Doc, can I play the flute?
Oh, you go with flute?
Well, whatever. Right? Yeah, you can. Wow, I couldn't play before.
Yeah, that's the weak link in that. It's the instrument.
that changes it.
Well, I brought that up because we have the flute in the news today, and a famous flautist.
Greg Warren?
Nope.
Flute man?
No,
Nope.
it's not
Jethro
Flute Man,
Tull guy?
Greg. No, it's not.
It's got to be Lizzo.
It's going to be Lizzo.
It is Lizzo.
Yeah, Jethro Tull is the name of the band. The larger point here is
She's got some heavy nats, right?
if you
Oh my gosh.
Jethro Tull.
No, Lizzo.
She's thick.
Ian, I last time I saw Ian.
You know how you spell thick, Tom? T-H-I-C-C. Thick.
What? Is that true?
Yeah, in that context, you would.
Yeah.
What is it about hip hop culture and misspelling everything? Is this just like
have
getting
fun.
back at the man?
Don't. Will you do me a solid? Will you not speculate?
Who's your favorite band? The Beatles? They misspell. It's a pun. It's
Yeah.
a dumb pun.
Okay,
There's
sorry.
a lot of misspelling in rock and
That's
roll.
where it started. The Beatles' dumb name.
It's a great
It's a beat, man.
I want to urge you to pay attention to the NFL because you have the shot at a big green egg mini max, just like Jen Mallon won last week, and you could be a big winner. And I also want to mention, speaking of Greg Warren, our favorite flute player, Greg is at Comedy Off Broadway, Lexington, Kentucky this weekend, and tomorrow night recording his new special. So that'll be great. Great live show. Got some other shows coming up with various people in and out of this room. We'll talk about those coming up. But in sports, the big news last night, of course, NFL.
Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Never have, but I have blown a trumpet. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Viola, have you? Okay.
He sustained neck and head injuries. This reporter's opinion, again, after being slammed to the ground last night against the Cincinnati Bengals, illegal play. The same thing happened to him Sunday against the Bills. He was pushed over and his head hit the back of the his head hit the turf, and they contend, it's his contention and the team's that his back was hurt. Because a concussion is out there in the ether. It's fairy dust. It's so who knows how long it'll take to get over a concussion. But if you say it's a back, these are all just my opinions. But something's fishy somewhere. And what's on the side of the Dolphins' helmets?
What?
A fish.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know it's a mammal. Leave me alone. I'm trying to put a smile on someone's face.
But they eat fish.
They sure do.
Man, that's weird.
Fish.
Suppose you get tired of seafood.
And once again, Roger Maris
Oh,
at
I'd love a
61 and 61 and 61 years ago, and now Aaron Judge does it again. And you tell me that there's no Bigfoot. Well,
Yeah, no.
27-15 loss for the Dolphins last night in Cincinnati to the Bengals. And the white Tiger uniforms, I got to be honest, looked great.
You're coming back around now?
I think they looked swell. And the end zones were decorated in the field, and it looked pretty good. Boy, that Joe Burrow can throw a football, can't he?
Yeah, man.
Man, oh, man. Whoever decided we better put him at quarterback, they made the right decision.
That pass to T. Higgins, that was just
That was
wild,
nuts.
man.
That was nuts.
They're a fun team to watch.
There's
both
like
teams.
3 people ever alive who could make that throw. And he just did it last night. Like he's going to the vending machine to grab a bag of chips.
Did you see the outfits that the fellows were wearing going into the game?
Outfits?
I did see those.
Or as they now call them
Fits.
fits.
Okay.
That's
It was.
another new thing. I'd never seen that before.
It was Joe Burrow, and I forget now who the other player was. He was dressed like a cheetah, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
From head to toe, cheetah.
The headline said they arrive in fits.
Yeah, and Burrow had a hibiscus suit on. The flowers, was that what that was?
Hibiscus?
A hibiscus? Some sort of
Whatever it was, it looked great.
giant white flower,
very
sport
cool.
coat, and pants.
Cool. Nice.
He looked like your grandma's couch, is what he looked like.
Willie, is that a new thing? You're supposed to say fits?
I think fits is just short for outfits.
Okay. When I first thought, I thought they just had inadvertently misspelled suits on the headline.
I believe it also would be proper to say, did you check their drips last night?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
What,
check-
a couple of them have VD, do they?
Well, yes, but that's beside the point. He means jewelry, bling.
Sorry, the bling.
You got to respect
diamonds,
respect
made.
the drip. Tom.
Okay, good.
That's what they say. You're dripping with gold. Is where that? I don't know. Okay. Respect it.
All right.
Anyway, where was I? Sunday night's game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs No More will be played at Raymond James Stadium. Oh, you doesn't have to call me Raymond. You can go.
So they're playing it in Tampa.
Right.
In spite of all of
The Bucs spent most of this week in Miami preparing for the big primetime matchup featuring Tom Brady, America, and Patrick Mahomes to avoid direct contact with Hurricane Ian. It was speculated they would move to Minneapolis, but they're going to stay in Tampa for the game.
The hurricane hit primarily a little bit of south. That'd be really funny to see Tom Brady heaving his tablet into a, knee-deep puddle. Brady's pissed again. He's going to get fined for throwing that tablet, but it'll be there.
What's the over-under on the divorce announcement? Or should we even?
I'm going to wait. I bet they wait till after the season.
I say it's none of my business, and I don't care.
Yeah, I'm with Tom on this.
I don't know why. Okay,
this.
I don't know why the sports world is taking that stance. Is it just because it's Tom Brady?
Yes.
Or all of a sudden we're respectful of a person's privacy?
Right.
Is that what you're trying to sell me?
Oh, really? They're not talking about it?
No, sir.
Wait a minute. Are they talking about how they're not talking about it?
They are
There's nothing worse.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing worse than sports talk radio.
Oh, my God. You are so right.
It is morons talking about something they know nothing about in a game they never played.
Here's what we do. You trade LeBron and Anthony Davis, okay? Stay with me.
There's this kid out of Latvia.
To Kentucky. They don't have an NBA team. The university, stupid. Now.
Hey, leave Tom Brady alone. Let him play the game. The guy's a...
Leave anybody who might be having some personal issues.
Who knows? Who knows?
How far does this go? What happens if he...
it's still none of my business.
Remember
it's
yesterday?
Tom Brady. Leave him alone. Come on
I don't
now.
care who it is.
Yeah.
You like to stay out of other people's business. Remember yesterday when you asked Josh the specifics of why his ex moved out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
That's a grilling.
I believe I felt the same as...
I think I yelled, spill it. Yeah.
as the time. Hey, some things are... I give enough of myself. I don't have to...
I think when Josh has 7 Super Bowl rings, I'll back off.
Well, isn't that...
Oh, so that's the criteria.
Right. Yeah, I forgot. You're a Cleveland Browns fan. That's right. Anything goes in the NFL. Oh, no murder. Okay, come on, be our quarterback.
Give me the sports teaser, please.
Well, let's see. We've got world records. Of course, we'll have an update on Myles Garrett and what was he doing in that car. And I don't know why.
Apparently, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, he was going officially. It was, well, we'll tell you. I got the speed report.
I read a witness said his car went up off the ground.
Yes.
Cool.
It became airborne.
I
Porsche.
thought he was in Fast and Furious.
But according to, I don't know how he got air, but, well, the police report.
I'm guessing
and
speed.
I don't know
gravity.
why. Well, I'm saying he wasn't going fast enough, you piece of... And I don't know why the Angels' phenom Shohei Ohtani isn't getting more attention. But he almost had a no-hitter last night, and his hitting streak is up to 14 games. That's all.
That's terrific.
That's all he's doing, and you don't really ever hear about it. So I don't know what's going on there. We'll talk about it, though, by God. And chess. At last, we'll cover chess and sports.
Okay. In an unusual way, too, I saw that. A couple weeks ago, we had chess and sports where the guy was accused of wearing vibrating anal beads to cheat.
Will you ever not mention that?
Nope.
I think it's hilarious.
Now,
you got to hand it to him.
In checkers, will you mention? If we talk about any board game, will you go, there was a guy playing chess. And he had
king me. Also coming up, we got to get to this story.
She was barefoot.
Barefoot, and we got some barefoot news coming up for you. And right now, I want to remind you that perhaps the best place to be this weekend is safe at home, watching the NFL, having a good time.
Can't beat it. You ever think, boy, I wish maybe I'll go out and do something tonight. And as soon as you get to where you're going, you go, man, I wish I was home. Ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Only always. That's why we use and trust Simply Safe Home Security to maintain the integrity of our compounds. Simply Safe blankets your home in protection with advanced sensors for every room, window, and door, HD security cameras for inside and outside your home, and smarter ways to detect motion that only alert you when a threat is real. Not if a bird flies in front of your lens. Nobody needs that. Simply Safe cameras, no. That's not a guy, it's a bird. You're still okay. And their monitoring experts use proprietary advanced response technology to visually confirm when a break-in is real. So you get the highest priority police dispatch. Customize the perfect system for your compound in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. And we've got a deal for you. Go to simplysafetom.com today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com. Remember, there's no place like Simply Safe.
Coming up, comedian Reno Collier, and I think, are we going to be eating chicken feet today?
I do not know.
I think that's the plan.
I saw a portable oven in the hallway.
I think we're cooking chicken feet. We'll find out what that means. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Good morning, I'm Mark Allison, listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Friday. Coming up, comedian Reno Collier going to be in studio today, catching up with Reno live here in the Frigamall building. He'll have his country fried take. Also, comedian staff member Jeff Oskey with the news we failed to mention on a Friday coming up. Chick McGee will continue to go over sports. Week 4 underway. The Dolphins losing last night in Cincinnati against the Bengals in their white tiger helmets. Tua suffering a head injury and carted off in the first half. Again, Chick McGee with details in sports coming up. I'm sure we've already talked about it, but at any rate, on to the fun and frivolity of today. Reno Collier, Jeff Oskey, and you. And it's a Friday, or as we like to call it around here, Fry-yay. Glad you can join us all morning long right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning. Hurricane Ian has regained some strength after exiting Florida and taking aim at South Carolina. The National Weather Center said the storm spent only a few hours as a weakened tropical storm over Florida before spinning back up again into a Category 1 hurricane Thursday in the Atlantic Ocean. Rescue crews wading through water using boats to rescue Florida residents stranded in the wake of Hurricane Ian. Orange County Fire Department posted photos of crews in a flooded neighborhood in the Orlando area. At least 4 people in Florida confirmed dead on the state's eastern coast. Forecasters have issued a hurricane warning for coastal South Carolina and southeastern North Carolina ahead of another landfall later today. 2 space telescopes have captured this week's asteroid strike, the first planetary defense test of its kind. NASA on Thursday released pictures of the dramatic event taken by the Hubble and Webb space telescopes. Telescopes on all 7 continents also watched as NASA's DART spacecraft slammed into the harmless space rock in hopes of altering its orbit, a test to see if one could actually be moved in the future. All these pictures will help scientists learn a little more about the asteroid Dimorphos, which took the punch and ended up with a sizable crater. NASA and SpaceX, meanwhile, studying the feasibility of sending a private mission to Hubble to raise the aging telescope's orbit and continue to extend its life. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the 3rd night, the parrot starts figuring out this magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, "I give. Where's the boat?"
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
If Bobcat called you, wouldn't you keep it and play it for all your friends? Hi, this is Bob Goldthwait, too.
Yeah?
We've got an X-rated movie coming up where I think you're perfect for it. Give me a call.
I had a phone call from Bono that I accidentally erased.
Bono?
Yeah, and I was like, Dad!
Oh, why'd I do that?
Have you ever heard Bobcat's Bono?
I haven't. I can't do it, but yeah.
I bet you can enough to make us go,
No.
oh, my God.
No, but so he called and,
I mean, he heard you doing your Bono, and he called you.
yeah, he was very nice. And then I saw him. I was at Dodger Stadium, or no, I can't remember what stadium it was. It was very, and he and I met him, and I'm in the like the stadium doorway, and he said some very sweet things and very kind, and we talked back and forth, and it was just him and I and one other person, and he starts walking out to do his concert, and he turns around and he takes off those, the fly sunglasses, and he goes, "Hey, Bobcat," and he throws them to me, and I catch him, and I go, "Thanks, Mean Joe."
I knew that was coming.
And he goes, "What?" Yeah. I'm like going, "Oh man, that's one of my best riffs ever." Falling on his deaf Gaelic ears. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee over there at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
I had not seen your shirt yet, really. And
That's
I've
a
taken
Carhartt.
You've taken a good look at it.
Yeah.
That is something else.
So they got an outlet mall now.
Oh, was a gift from Josh?
Oh, hang on.
No.
No. Hang on. The fashion plate weighed in about your shirt.
Yeah, I heard that. Jay Leno's garage.
That'll be a
over
good
here.
color on you as you start to die.
Wow.
Hi, Josh Arnold.
Hey, chick.
Josh is over there at the upside sidekick chair. There's Ace manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Well, we've got a lot to get to today. Coming up, comedian Reno Collier will be joining us in the studio. And Reno's got a couple of gigs this weekend that include several people in this room. Am I getting this right? Tonight, it'll be Reno, Josh, and Jeff Oskey, who, of course, is the man behind the News We Failed to Mention segment coming up later today. These guys are going to be at the Eagles Lodge in Greensburg, Indiana. And then we got more stuff coming up with various people, various places, but I want to remind you that our friend Greg Warren will be recording his new television special in Lexington, Kentucky at Comedy Off-Broadway coming up tomorrow night, but he's also there tonight working it out. So I'm sure it'll be terrific, and that's some great news. But Reno will join us later, along with, I believe, Miss Hooker from our staff is going to come in here and prepare chicken feet.
That's a rumor on the street.
I have never eaten chicken feet. I'm looking forward to trying them. And we had a world record of chicken feet eating, which is how we got on this thing. But that'll be all coming up. But right now, we turn to Mr. McGee at the sports desk.
Okay, Dolphins last night lose to the all of a sudden looking like themselves Cincinnati Bengals last night. Cincinnati 27, Miami 15, and Tua Tagovailoa sustained neck and head injuries again. He was sacked last night by the Bengals, of course, and had to be stretchered from the field.
Yikes.
Reports are that he had movement in his extremities, and he did accompany...
Wasn't there speculation before the game that he shouldn't be playing?
There was incredible because he was pushed to the ground during the Bills game.
Man.
And he popped right up and tried to go off the field and stumbled and fell down.
Oh, that's always so disturbing to watch.
Never a good look.
Yeah.
And they insist, right on down to the water boy, the Dolphins, the entire organization say it was Tua's back, not a concussion. Well, what are you trying to feed me? Do you think I'm a child? I saw what happened. It was a concussion. I've watched a lot of football, okay? You damn well know.
Thank you, Dr. McGee.
I'm insulted.
He stumbles, yeah.
I'm insulted by their attitude, thinking they're going to pull this wool over my eyes about...
Yes.
He should be out at least 4 games. Take a minute, Tua. Go home. Go buy something, okay? Calm down. So anyway, he's in South Beach, and I am no doctor. Hopefully he'll be.
But once again, you are now endorsing the special uniforms worn by the Bengals last year.
I did like the Bengals, and I like all the accompanying the knit hats and the jackets and the monochromatic white tiger look. I like it all.
You changed your mind.
I changed my mind. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll be a Bengal fan now. I mean, they're my team.
So you want to root for a team that's going to win a lot of games?
I feel like a bandwagon jumper. However, I was back there in 68, 69, long in there where Greg Cook was a quarterback and Paul Robinson and Bob Trumpy and all the Bengals, and Paul Brown coached the team. There was a coach, Zach Taylor, Paul Brown. I'll shut up now. Yes. And speaking of the NFL, which we were, Sunday night's game between Tampa Bay and Kansas City will be played at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa as scheduled. Of course, Raymond James is a world-renowned hot dog company.
Financial
pork.
No,
what
I
is
think
it?
it's hot dog.
Other pork fillings as well.
I'm pretty sure.
That's Bob Evans. I think
Raymond James is in pork, Tom. I don't
Now,
want to correct
yesterday
you.
we were talking with Week 3's winner of the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em competition, and very heated, by the way. A lot of people entering. And so far this week, just the one game for Week 4 began last evening. But Week 3, it was Jen Mallon, Ms. Mallon, was being abused by several people on the staff. Let me give you a little example of this. We had her on the phone for the shoe-in pick. Here it is.
I hope you like it on top.
Oh, you dirtbag.
I love that.
The context of that, I should point out, is that Jen is going to be going to the Ho Chunk Casino in the Wisconsin Dells to see, let's see, it's Willie, Pat, and Josh. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she said she was going to be going as a single gal.
Right.
And then that's when this conversation took place once again.
I hope you like it on top.
Oh, you dirtbag.
In case you missed it, she said the following.
Oh, you dirtbag.
You dirtbags. Okay. Now, was it dirtbag or dirtbag? Hang on a second.
Oh, you dirtbag.
Dirtbag singular. That's directed to you, Josh.
Of course.
Okay,
yeah, I was being a dirtbag.
Okay, very good.
Let's see. And also wrap up our NFL hunk, Cleveland Browns All-Pro Myles Garrett. He's a very fine defensive end. Returned to the team's headquarters yesterday, but didn't practice. He crashed his car, a Porsche.
What's he driving now?
Police cited, he probably got a loaner.
Got a rental.
Yeah. Or he went out and bought another one.
Yeah.
You know he did. That's what I do. Police cited Garrett for speeding, saying he lost control on a country road Monday. There was a companion in the car, and she's fine as well. The Ohio State Highway Patrol, or we called them when I lived in Ohio, the man who sells the Flying Eagle tires.
What?
Because on the side of the Ohio State Highway Patrol, their police cars, has a tire and two eagles coming out of it.
No kidding.
So we called him the Flying Eagle Tiger Man.
That may be the most obscure thing ever to come out of this
That's
show.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nope, it's white trash is what it is.
That's interesting.
I liked it.
No, so,
You didn't call the Flying Eagle Tiger Man, did you?
so he was driving with a lady in the car, and
It says companion.
I heard yesterday
Draw your own
a
conclusions.
witness said the car launched.
According to the Ohio Highway Patrol, the man who sells the Flying Eagle Tiger, he was going 65 in a 45.
Nah.
I did that this morning.
I was going to say.
Okay?
No.
But you didn't drive off the road and launch your vehicle.
Garrett flipped his Porsche and hit a fire hydrant. He suffered a sprained shoulder. Oh, Tom.
How rural an area is this if there are fire hydrants?
Yeah.
Well, it's the Associated Press, so anything under 200,000 people is, it's in the middle of the country.
So if it's not in Manhattan or L.A., it's rural.
Garrett and a 23-year-old female passenger. Nice.
The look you gave me, you creep.
Both treated at a hospital after the crash. The Browns have not ruled out Garrett for Sunday's game at Atlanta. Oh, he'll play. He's full of the zen. I kind of like the Myles Garrett. He's good.
Nice car though.
Great car. Did you see the wrecked? It's black. It's top of the line Porsche, whatever that.
I think he did it in honor of
gorgeous car.
I think he did it as a tribute to James Dean.
Oh,
James Dean.
It's James Dean's birthday today.
Oh, it is.
I think, isn't it?
I don't know. You're the guy
James
with the birthdays.
When I was a kid,
no, I'm sorry. No, it's oops. Of course, I had it wrong. This is the date James Dean was killed in a car crash in 1955.
So it's the exact opposite of his birthday.
Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, it's James Dean was in a Porsche.
Oh, really?
Famously.
I thought it was a Triumph Spider.
No, it's a silver Porsche.
And interestingly enough,
along came a spider, picked up a rider. That's what Don Henley
Porsche
said.
Spider. Maybe I don't know. It's somewhat
Spider,
controversial. I guess at one point there were two different alleged cars of the death car that were touring, going to car shows at the same time.
Ugh,
well, you want to make money or
at
not?
best.
If you make X number of money with one car, you would make
He is
2X
right. One on the West Coast, one on the East.
Well, famously, at one point, Ace will back up with this. At one point, there were two versions of Fleetwood Mac touring. Before the big hit years, there were two different licensed bands, Fleetwood Macs, out there on the road. But there were apparently two James Dean death cars out there. And of course, James Dean, that answers the question, who can act as well as Marlon Brando but drive like Tiger Woods? James Dean. James Dean.
You really sold it. I like that.
You did sell it.
I like it very much.
Well, I guess this is a great advertisement for Porsche. If you're going to roll your car 3 times, it holds up well and you don't get injured. Jeez.
The old airbags, right?
Man.
They make a very nice vehicle.
Speaking of James
Dean,
Dean,
that people,
son of a...
A friend of mine was telling me this. This is something. You're a native Hoosier, Christy. You might know this.
What?
I guess at James Dean's grave, people leave cigarettes, and local teens would go there and
steal the cigarettes.
Well, not stealing. They just they would.
Well, he's not going to use them.
True. But, have you ever heard about this?
No, I haven't.
I think it's like a thing in Fairmount. Hey, you want some smokes? Go to James Dean's grave.
Here's James Dean as Jet in the fabulous movie Giant.
I'm a rich boy. Me, I'm gonna...
Now, once again, this is one of the amazing actor. Method acting, I believe, was his craft.
I'm a rich boy. Me, I'm gonna have more money than you ever thought of having.
Why, that's wonderful, Jim.
You sure do look pretty, Miss Leslie. You always did look pretty. It's pretty now good enough to eat.
I don't know what happened there at the end.
I think it's pretty cool that wherever they were, they had an orchestra playing in the background.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, that's very nice.
You are such a jerk.
Yeah, I thought it was
It's
funny.
the soundtrack to the movie. You too. You know better, Josh.
What
I expect that sort of thing from him.
We can't add real emotion to this without putting music in to tell you where it's going.
Now you're against soundtrack. Wait a minute, this sounds like something I might be able to get. I might want to get behind. Movies that have been ruined by music.
Oh, gee.
I don't like the in The Graduate. When they play Scarborough Fair like 10 times. I hate Scarborough Fair. I don't mind that at all. Scarborough Fair.
Now, movies that have been made by music. Watch the movie Body Heat with William Hurt and Kathleen Turner. Great movie, but that music. Oh, that's
Harold and Maude with all the Cat Stevens. That's fun.
That is fun.
I like that.
Hey Pat, how old are you? You spit out Harold and Maude. Are you all right?
Old.
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
In those silent movies, they played an organ at the theater.
Hey, shut up. It's William Hurt and Kathleen Turner.
Shut up.
Naked.
You whippersnapper.
I want to hear about your saggy balls. Christy, doesn't this make you hot?
Sure.
You see you and your
To
boyfriend.
speed things along, she's going to say sure.
Did I just hear somebody doing that in the background?
That might have been some
At the
slurping.
gazebo.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen Body Heat.
Great movie.
I sweat a lot, I remember.
Okay.
Did you see it angry? Remember that line?
Oh, yeah.
Remember William Hurt line? William Hurt's in the bathtub. You're rubbing me raw.
Oh, that's great. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd highly recommend that movie. But great music as opposed to many others that are ruined by music. Is that sports?
And we hear...
Oh, you dirtbag.
We here on the Bob and Tom show,
I'm a rich boy. Me, I'm gonna have more money than you ever thought of having.
He was only 24. He sounds 90.
Yeah, it sounds...
I'm the cook. I'm going to make you some chili. How about some cigarettes? Where are the keys to my Porsche?
I'll take that over his just baby whining in Rebel Without a Cause.
Let me ask you something. You're a cinephile,
Sure.
as close as I'll ever get to one anyway. What's the deal with always showing you're tearing me apart? I feel nothing when he does that.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
way over the top.
I don't.
Very. Yeah.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's me, say it's me. It's okay.
Can I say something?
Oh, we got a question over here.
I feel like back in the day, there was like super hot women on TV, like Marilyn Monroe, in movies, excuse me. But all the fellas were kind of goofy looking. They were like these weird stage actors that got brought in.
I don't think so.
I feel like James Dean was the first hot dude.
Montgomery.
I mean, women would say Errol Flynn was super hot. I mean, back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, they were matinee
about
idols.
half of them were gay.
Clark Gable.
Right.
Montgomery Clift, all these guys, these handsome dudes turned out to be
Montgomery Clift
on the wrong side of the. Oh, sorry.
Rock Hudson. Yeah. Poor Doris Day had no idea.
Pillow talk.
She may have had an idea.
To get this thing to work, am I going to need popsicle sticks and duct tape? What the hell's going on here?
Well, why do you want me to wear a fake mustache?
We'll talk about Shohei Ohtani and
Why are you gluing hair on my back?
And other things when we come back.
We have more sports.
If I'm allowed.
Coming up, we have this is such a cool story. So, fun with lasers. You know that thing you do with a magnifying glass and fry ants?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new high-tech version of that.
I never did that. Did you?
Neither did I.
Never did that either.
I was never a budding psychopath.
No, I did not. I did not do that, but I sure had a friend that did.
Did you or did you not play with fire, though?
Oh, I love playing with fire. Still do. I intend to grill out a couple times this weekend. And, of course, I'll be playing with fire with the beautiful Big Green Egg that I have. And the Big Green Egg Mini-Max, how would you like to win one? Once again, bobandtom.com/contest. Find out all about that. Speaking of food and grilling, et cetera, HelloFresh knows you're busy this fall. I know I am. This weekend, what is it? Soccer games, the dance, the whole deal. HelloFresh has your back. What is HelloFresh all about? Well, they send you the box, fresh ingredients, already measured, ready to go, with cards, with pictures, tells you how to make it. We're talking about delicious gourmet meals such as, Willie?
One of my favorites, the pork sausage and shingled potatoes with broccoli and balsamic glaze. HelloFresh is going to send you 6 ingredients. You put those together in 4 easy steps. This is all done on one sheet pan, but if you want to, go outside, put the sausage on the grill, do the broccoli and the potatoes in the oven. You got a delicious meal in under an hour that you made at home from our pals at HelloFresh.
Great for date night, Josh. It's a lot of fun. Just because summer's coming to an end doesn't mean the fun is stopping at HelloFresh. And therefore, HelloFresh has decided, how about the best deal ever? They've switched things around here. HelloFresh, of course, we're talking about 30-plus different things every week, 70-plus seasonal and convenience items. You can switch stuff around with the app. Just check it out, HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. That's a new code. Why? It stands for 65% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. Even your kids will clean the plate. Why the screaming? They're screaming in the news coming up.
I thought you hit the wrong button.
No. They're screaming in the news coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom.
Hey, it's Josh, and of course...
Hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini-Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini-Max Big Green Egg.
It's the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer.
Is that where you go? Are we eligible?
Bob Biles Celebration Bonanza Days. If you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Friday. Thanks so much for being here. Coming up, Reno Collier, Jeff Oskey, and you on this Friday. See the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel anytime. Even right now, you can click over and watch the YouTube. Search Bob and Tom Show on the YouTube channel. That's how you find it. Once it pops up, it's just like watching a TV show, but we're on the radio. The cameras switch back and forth in the studio. It's a lot of fun if you've never tried it, or if you don't know what the cast looks like, a great chance to see that beautiful man, Chick McGee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Tom Griswold, Willie, Sam, Christy, all waiting right there for you to tune in and watch on our YouTube channel. Bob and Tom Show, YouTube. Go check it out. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at your Bob and Tom news headlines. A revived Hurricane Ian is bearing down on South Carolina's coast in the historic city of Charleston. Forecasters predicting a storm surge and flooding. Earlier, the mega storm caused catastrophic damage in Florida, leaving people trapped in flooded homes. At least 4 deaths reported. South Carolina's coast under a hurricane warning. Shopkeepers sandbagged storefronts in flood-prone areas, and a steady stream of vehicles left Charleston for higher ground. Meanwhile, in Florida, rescue crews piloted boats through inundated streets to save thousands from flooded homes, shattered buildings. Governor Ron DeSantis says at least 700 rescues were conducted in his state, already mostly by air. Asian stocks have sunk again after German inflation spiked higher. British Prime Minister Liz Truss defended a tax cut plan that rattled investors, and Chinese manufacturing also weakened. Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Sydney have all retreated on this Friday morning. Oil prices edged lower. Wall Street fell to its lowest level in almost 2 years after strong U.S. jobs data reinforced expectations the Federal Reserve will stick to its plans for more interest rate hikes. Investors worry the global economy will tip into recession following interest rate hikes by central banks to cool inflation that is at multi-decade highs. Global export demand is weakening. Russia's attack on Ukraine has disrupted both the oil and the gas markets. And we're learning more about the computer hack that swiped personal data from nearly 10 million Australians. Authorities say the hacker or hackers used a series of techniques to conceal their identity. The head of cyber investigations in Australia says the probe into the Optus cyber attack will be long and complex. The official says the FBI helping with the probe to find out who compromised the personal data of 9.8 million customers of Australia's second largest wireless carrier. And that's a look at your Bob and Tom news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Fast forward to this weekend. I'm getting ready to this week's big neighborhood garage sale.
What kind of junk are you selling, Donnie?
Well, I got a half-used bottle of high karate cologne, and that's Vantage, so I'm asking $200 for it.
That seems like a lot.
I used to splash that stuff all over thinking, attract all the ladies. The only person attracted was my sensei at Discount Karate, and he really was Mr. Miyagi before the movie. Wow. And all he wanted to do was meet my mom, Phyllis. And from what she said, there was no wax on with him, just strictly wax off. Pretty God.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Most unfair thing about life is the way it ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a death. What's that, a bonus?
No.
Life is tough. It should be reversed. You die first. Get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Then you live in an old age home. You get kicked out when you're too young. You get a gold watch. You go to work. You work for 40 years till you're young enough to enjoy your retirement. Go to college, you do drugs, alcohol, you party, you get ready for high school. Go to school, you become a kid, you play, you have no responsibilities, become a little baby, go back into the womb, spend your last 9 months floating. You finish off as a gleam in somebody's eye.
Oh, nice.
Bravo.
That's perfect. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Essential is a contest.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. How about you? There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Happy Friday.
Why?
It sounded
thanks.
so
You're
insincere.
It really did.
That was
No,
just-
it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. Happy Friday to you too, Christy.
Thank you,
What's your
Josh.
problem?
Hi, Pat Godwin.
Happy Friday.
You shut up now,
All
too.
right.
Jiminy Chris. There's
What?
Josh Arnold.
Hi.
He's the upside sidekick.
Why can't we all just get along?
Why can't we be happy in here and have
What is our
fun?
what is our number number one rule? We educate,
Yeah.
and then we have blatant hostility.
Infuriate. Educate, infuriate.
Most people can't.
I'm going to educate, infuriate,
Most people can't go to work and be as hostile as we are.
masturbate.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what?
They all go hand in hand.
Okay. Or hand in. Wait a minute. No.
Hi, Ace Cosby. How are you, buddy?
Happy last day of the month.
Oh, it sure is, isn't it?
You know, I don't
my
know what it
daughter's
is.
birthday's tomorrow. Crap.
Are you a mom who forgot your daughter's birthday?
Oops.
Christy can relate. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
Mid-sip.
You know what?
Get her a cake.
I'll tip her extra on OnlyFans.
Hey,
I think
thanks.
we. Your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, so they let it back on then?
She's back on, yeah. She violated some of the rules.
The fake ID worked? Okay, good. We have...
Is it the crazy old one or the baby?
The crazy old one, 24.
Okay. Oh, 24. Okay, good.
24.
Perfectly legal. Now, we have not heard a song from Mr. Godwin
Perfectly legal.
Insane.
What a weird...
Perfectly legal does sound like one of those songs from 1963 that was considered innocent back then.
Let's say we're at one of those. We're at one
Not
of
just
those
barely
luncheons.
legal, but perfectly
We're at one of those luncheons we have to go to, maybe next Tuesday.
Right.
And we're sitting around, hey, I really like the way you think you're doing over there at the radio show. And Tom goes, hi, what's your name? Oh, Phil. You have any children? Yeah, I have two daughters, Phyllis and Annette. What are their ages? 27 and 25. Perfectly legal.
Josh,
Does that sound good to you?
Josh is here representing OnlyFans. He takes a very small percentage. Now, Pat Godwin.
Yes, sir.
We need to hear some music from you, I think.
What would you like to hear? Something soft and slow or fast and sleazy?
I think something that...
We don't do anything nice and easy.
You have a lady friend?
Oh, you want that one, huh?
Well, the bloom is certainly off the rose, isn't it?
I think you have written a song about your
Why
new,
don't you
your new
write?
lady friend.
I have an assignment for Pat Godwin.
Yes, sir.
Next hour, I want you to write a brand new song, and you're going to sing it like James Dean in Giant. For instance, like this.
I'm a rich boy. Me, I'm gonna have more money than you ever thought of having.
That's
Can't even say money.
No, myan.
Give me another take, but slur this one.
Yeah.
No, that one was too wooden. I can
I
make
think
the
if
words
he
out.
lived, he would still be the greatest actor of all time.
He'd be probably deceased.
Well,
Never considered the greatest actor of all
I think it's
time.
kind of like a
Just
Tupac and Biggie thing. There's so little work that they get kind of put on this pedestal.
yeah.
Who is the great? Well, Daniel Day-Lewis, I guess, the greatest actor.
He's one of, he'd be in the
There are
discussion.
many.
Yeah, that's right.
I think
do you
Hugh Grant and Paddington 2.
Oh,
performed.
come on. Now, wait a minute. Hugh Grant is good, but...
Have you seen
greatest
Paddington 2?
actor. Yes, I
Yeah,
have.
it should have been the Academy Award.
He's great in that, yeah.
Now, Pat, you do have a new lady friend, and we often make fun of the fact that you have certain foibles, if you will. But you've gotten yourself back together.
Setbacks? No, that's not right.
Yeah,
Got divorced.
This. Have you been here every day this week?
No.
Okay, but for the most part, you're here, and you have a lady friend. You've written a song about her, which is so sweet.
Got a gal named Paula. Paula O'Brien's not a real name. She's very intoxicating. I'm like a moth to a flame. I've been sober 15 years. I walk a very straight line. But if Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. Hey! I've never been a boob man, and I don't mean to objectify. It's important I stay sober. Heaven knows I try. I go to my AA meetings, spent a night in jail, paid my fines. But if Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. If Paula's boobs were booze, I'd be bombed every day. If her rack was full of wine, oh, you never understand a single word I say. Like James Dean. Fall off the wagon, oh, with a major slip. If her tatas were Tito's and I had one little nip, I'd motorboat them every day. Get a BWI. Oh, Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze. I'd be loaded all of the time.
It really means that he'd be loaded.
I love her. Till they're gone. Heavy naturals loaded. What happened?
The song was over?
The song's never over, ending. Baby.
That's a great song.
Thank you.
I think that's really good, Pat. A lot of that's true.
I'm sure she loves it.
I mean, the part about you being sober, more or less, for what, 15 years now?
37 years.
Is it 15? No, it's more like
more like 2 weeks.
Okay, good.
6 hours.
Can anything be private on this show?
No, apparently not.
Sobriety, relationships.
Wait, hang on. This is coming from you who talk about your love of heavy naturals?
I know, but that's me consensually talking about things that I love.
Heavy naturals, you can't become addicted to them and sell all your and become poor.
I think you can.
Oh, maybe you can.
You know something? I know absolutely. No names here, please. I know someone that you know. Ace is laughing already. Who practically went bankrupt because of his addiction to porn.
Look, we're not going to talk about Tim Cavanaugh like that, okay? He's not here. He can't defend himself.
Timmy.
Boy,
Let's just talk about
that would be
that would be
the biggest shock.
He's like the sweetest guy.
God. And it's some kind of a weird porn. Like,
oh, yeah.
Can we play
women who look like baby lambs?
I want to play that Tim Cavanaugh Thanks for the 70 tribute again. I love that song.
That was funny.
Yeah, that's a good song, Pat. Another great one from you. Pat's doing great, by the way. We kid Pat a lot.
Yeah. He's doing fine.
And everything's going okay. You got your car fixed this year. You no longer
thank you,
have
Dustin.
The duct tape all over it.
No, that was
by the way, I need Dustin's number. Long story. Miles Garrett and I are getting together. And do you think, is that, when you wreck your Porsche and you're famous like that, will it be worth more if they put it up for sale? And
not at Miles Garrett level.
That looks pretty totaled. I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
I mean, he'll probably end up being top 5 in sacks in history, but not really.
Okay. It's a nice car. Congratulations to Porsche for making a car you can flip 3 times and
Wait, who do you know at Porsche?
You.
I mean,
Porsche.
No one yet.
Like I care how it's pronounced. I'll never sit in one of those things.
Now, ordinarily, I would say something like, what would I
know what you would say.
What would old Tom have said about that?
Old Tom.
Old Tom might say something like, of course you wouldn't sit in the Porsche. You're sitting in your house covered in pizza. Or
you wouldn't fit in a Porsche?
The new,
Is that what
more
you're gonna
thoughtful
do?
me
says nothing. Right. Maybe.
They don't look comfortable at all.
That's where you.
You're wrong.
Where you'd
They
be
make
surprised.
a very nice SUV
very
version of the Porsche.
No,
an SUV would be. Yeah.
No, that's not a Porsche.
But I'm kind of with Chick on that.
Yeah,
you
it's not a Porsche.
Yeah.
You're
going to buy an SUV. Why you spend that much money on that when you can get a different
You want
SUV?
one that has an engine with incredible German engineering.
Whoever thought of that is a genius, because they see the guy wants a sports car, but what are they going to get the little woman or the little man? Whatever.
Hang on a second. Do we have an intro called the pot calling the kettle black? Because as I look around the room and see someone who drives a sophisticated German-built SUV, I land on
okay. Well, take everything out of German out of that and British. I'm looking at him. How's that?
I'm praising these great engineers who make these wonderful cars. They're fantastic, and they're so safe. This is the thing congratulations to Porsche for making a car that, if James Dean had this kind of car, he'd still be with us. Unless the cigarettes took him out. But when we come back, we're going to
tell you about the UFC and why you can't go to the fight this weekend.
Why can't I?
Because it's closed to the public.
Oh,
what?
I like that. I'll explain it.
Okay.
All right.
And we have a tribute.
You're not
to
going to like it.
Little Timmy Cavanaugh.
Oh.
Who is not addicted to pornography.
But he sure is pale, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes. And we were talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, will there be, feminine hygiene commercials, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Hey, the Bob and Tom Show on a Friday morning. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. My name is Mark Allison. Coming up tomorrow, this weekend on Saturday, October 1st, Cedar Creek Winery in Martinsville, Indiana. It's the 6th annual Martinsville Ace Egg Fest, a chance for you to get out and see what these big green eggs are all about. They're sponsoring our contest this football season, the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em. Hope you got your picks in for Week 4, Game 1 last night. The Bengals won. And you can go to bobandtom.com/contest to find out more. And we hope you enjoy the Big Green Egg Fest this weekend in Martinsville, Indiana. Cedar Creek Winery, Saturday, October 1st, the 6th annual Martinsville Ace Egg Fest. A chance to taste the food, see how the big green egg works. It's a lot of fun as well. Hope you can join us. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom sports update. Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa sustained neck and head injuries after being slammed to the ground last night against the Bengals and was stretchered from the field. Dolphins and their quarterback conscious and had movement in all his extremities after being taken by stretcher from the field to University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The Dolphins report after losing to the Bengals last night 27-15. And the latest report was he did go back to South Florida with the team last night. And also in the NFL, Sunday night's game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs will be played at Raymond James in Tampa as scheduled. The Bucs spent most of this week in the Miami area preparing for the highly anticipated primetime matchup featuring quarterbacks Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Cleveland Browns All-Pro Myles Garrett returned to the team's headquarters but didn't practice yesterday after crashing his car earlier this week in a one-car accident. Police cited Garrett for speeding, saying he lost control on a country road Monday. The Ohio State Highway Patrol said he was going 65 in a 45. And for Major League Baseball, two-way phenom Shohei Ohtani for the Angels pitched no-hit ball into the eighth and extended his hitting streak to 14 games. He led the Halos over the A's 4-2 in his final home start of the season. Other winners in the American League: Detroit, the White Sox, Boston, Cleveland, and Seattle. National League winners: the Cubs, Miami, San Francisco, and the Dodgers. And one college football game last night. Number 19 BYU beat Utah State 38-26. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
The minivan hearse thing, have you seen this?
Was that for dead soccer moms?
I don't know. The funeral homes that have the
Wait a minute.
minivans that they...
That's very funny.
Have you seen
that's
it?
good.
The minivans
go
that
home.
they've put those, the fancy scroll work thing they put on the sides.
God.
Yes, I'm not making this up. And they're like the big town and country vans.
Well, I didn't want to die before, but now I really don't want to.
It's really
God,
disturbing.
I just had this discussion yesterday with one of my
You're
sons.
going to be dead, honey. You won't know.
I know, but the whole minivan thing,
The bumper stickers on that'll be horrible. You know, my orphan child is an honor student.
Beautifully done.
Scott Dunn, ladies and
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Comedian Steve Altman.
It's the technology. What we can do today. We can put a man on the moon. We can send cameras out to Saturn, take pictures, send them back. Computers. But we still can't make a coffee maker that doesn't go... Hell, that wakes me up. I don't really need the coffee now, thanks! I'm awake and irritable! I got one of those cordless phones.
Yeah?
And those are cool. You walk around the house, be outside. You can be in the bathroom now and be on the phone. This is great. That noise? I'm making coffee right now.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Bob and Tom. Well-meaning, but...
Yeah, they're oh.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
Hi there. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Hey. Willie Griswold is here.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Special hello going out to Leonard in Bonita Springs, Florida.
Oh, Leonard, you have my heart.
He's okay.
Good.
He's cleaning up today, and he's actually enjoying the show right now, waiting for the power to come back. His apartment on the second floor, obviously incredible amounts of damage in Florida.
Oh, it's awful.
Hurricane Ian, and it's not over. It's gonna
all our best to you and yours.
And now, if you're listening in Charleston, prayers are with you too.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know what? We have another letter from Florida. This is from Jason. My sister lives in DeLand. She's coming out of Hurricane Ian. I was checking on her today.
To be
and I thought to bring up, hey, do you know why they call it DeLand? She replied, no. Why? I smiled on the end of the phone and said, because it's next to the sea. He said, I haven't heard from her since.
Yep.
Thanks, Tom.
There you go.
Quite a few miles to deceive. But the point is, it's in Florida. We wish everybody our best.
Dear Chick and everyone but Tom.
Thank you.
Recently on the show, there's been a revival, thankfully, of Susie Quattro. Thanks,
Yeah, man.
Thanks to the legendary Chick McGee.
Our love is
says here.
alive.
That's right. After Thursday's show, I finally assigned the unofficial Bob and Tom Show theme song Stumbling In as my dad's ringtone. He's the man who introduced me to the insanity that is your show. I don't know if I'm proud of that, but either way, thanks for all the laughs and absurdity, and as always, keep up the blatant hostility. Bob in Northwood, Iowa.
Oh, nice. I love Northwood.
Now, I wanted to play something we were talking about.
That's just north of Southwood, right?
It sure is.
Right by Deadwood.
We were talking about addiction to pornography, which is a real thing out there.
Of course.
Because someone had said you couldn't go broke being addicted to porno. It's probably a lot
Heavy
harder.
gnats is what I said.
It's probably a lot harder to go broke being addicted to porno now than it was a few years ago with all of the free porno on the internet.
Yeah, but you don't show up to work, get fired.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of people that get into various levels of this, I'm sure. But I bring that up because someone then suggested that Tim Cavanaugh was addicted to porno, which is, of course, the exact opposite of the truth.
Of course, he
Sorry, Tim.
used to teach at a Catholic school.
Yeah, the current thing in baseball right now, following Mr. Judge, as he has hit 61 homers. And it's a very exciting thing. The American League record now tying the great Roger Maris.
And the payoff. There goes it. He left. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Number 61. He ties Roger Maris for the American League single-season record with 61 home runs. It's a two-run Judgian blast. Here comes the judge.
Yeah, you gotta love that. And Roger Maris' son was sitting next to
Patty Judge, Aaron's mom,
which is really cool.
They call her Patty Cake.
And Mr. Judge himself has said he recognizes the other record.
Yes,
which had
73 by Barry Bonds.
Right. A lot of sports people don't, because they think it was tainted. But Mr. Judge says that's the record. But at least he does have the American League record. Perhaps he's tied for it now.
And the sports people think their opinion has value.
Right. Of course. But back in the day when not Barry Bonds, when Mr. McGuire captured that record of 70 home runs, there was a fine song by Tim Cavanaugh just praising what a fun time it was that summer after all the Bill Clinton stuff, et cetera, et cetera. And this is just a 1-minute song, but well worth listening to. Certainly it's dated by now and somewhat tainted.
Setup is now longer than the song.
Just play the damn song.
Thanks for the 70 in a tawdry summer filled with talk of stains and Hummers. You hit home runs, and when you didn't, you at least advanced the runners. We thank you, Mark McGuire. Thanks for the 70. In June, we learned the truth of Bill's flirtation so uncouth. While the only babe you flirted with was a guy named Ruth. We thank you, Mark McGuire. Thanks for the 70. In a season filled with slime and sex talk all the time, you even had the decency not to end with 69. We thank you, Mark McGuire. We thank you, Mark McGuire.
Oh, well. Things change.
Oh, it's still fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great song. Little Timmy Cavanaugh, by the way, doing fine. He had a big health scare, but he's doing great, so we're very pleased about that. And now we
keep
return.
That private.
I'm sorry, what?
He wanted to keep that private.
No, he didn't. Well, the point is, I've got a defense this morning.
You have a
Chick
you'll
McGee's
buy a
at the.
According to the world of the unlimited fighting UFC,
right?
You cannot go to where they hold their events in this particular situation. The UFC has their own. It's called the Apex at Enterprise, Nevada. It holds about 1,000 people. It's perfect for what they do, and then the pay-per-view, of course, is where they make the big money. But this week's fight is closed to the public because, according to one of the headliners on the fight, her name is Mackenzie Dern. She says she was told that Mark Zuckerberg bought out Saturday night's event.
Wow.
So he's going to be there by himself?
If all his friends are with him, yes. He'll be there by himself.
That's awesome.
Evidently, the rumor is also he's going to put the fight on Meta. Is that what I'm supposed to say now instead of Facebook?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Meta apparently
Meta universe.
owns Facebook.
I'm
sure that's going to work. I know OJ tried to change his name. That didn't really work either.
When did that happen? When did OJ try to change his name?
It's a joke. just equating the two, you see.
Hey, let's talk about Major League Baseball because no one else is, and I can't figure out why. Two-way phenom Shohei Ohtani pitched no-hit ball into the 8th last night, extended his hitting streak to 14 games, that's all, and led the Angels over the A's 4-2 in his final home start of the season there in Anaheim. Ohtani issued a leadoff walk to Tony Kemp before retiring the next 22 batters in order. And he hits home runs and singles and has hitting streaks, too.
Right.
Why isn't anyone talking about this?
I'm glad we are.
Isn't he your favorite player, Major League Baseball?
I just read an article yesterday about why he deservedly will be the MVP.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good. He also
even over Mr. Judge.
He also is an accomplished potter.
Oh, who knew?
I had no idea.
He has his own kiln.
He spins the clay?
He imports clay.
These are all lies.
Yes, they are. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You caught me. A chess commentator, my next stop in broadcasting, has been fired for allegedly making sexist remarks during the coverage of a top women's tournament.
And by the way, he was the so-called color guy.
Yeah.
You know, the...
Right.
So, add some spice.
They have two guys.
Wow.
What is it, Monday Night Football?
Well, I guess chess is pretty slow. I mean, being a baseball play-by-play person is pretty tough.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of time to fill.
It's gorgeous.
You get a rain delay, but in chess...
Don't they have an amount of time that they can...
But I'm just saying there's a lot of...
I think that's...
They have a clock, don't they?
No, well, not all... That's a special segment of playing chess.
Oh, really?
This guy was
like speed chess?
He was the side guy.
Well, what this guy say to offend these silly bros?
He's a grandmaster himself.
He's not done with the setup, John.
No, I realized that.
During a live broadcast of the FIDE Women's Grand Prix there's Grand Prix. In Kazakhstan, Grandmaster Ilya Smerin admitted to saying chess is, quote, maybe not for women.
Oh, whoa.
What?
FIDE. Wow. That's the
and this guy's a certified genius at chess.
The International Chess Federation, FIDE, apologized unreservedly.
It used to be FIDO, the Fido, but then they realized that was kind of mean.
There's something
it was organization.
Right. The Fido, an unattractive woman, maybe. Probably. It added that Smerin will not continue as an FIDE commentator with immediate effect.
The old unemployed gambit.
Yes.
Maybe chess isn't for women. Can you imagine if you were listening to that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe their boobs get in the way when they try to move the pieces. That could be a legitimate
Knocks them down,
They can't move the queen. She's barefoot and pregnant.
Happens at golf. They can't swing properly. Everybody knows it.
But I think, seriously, this guy who's a grandmaster, chess needs a bad boy. The way John McEnroe kind of became the bad boy of tennis. Don't you think that?
Can't you make
football has a couple of bad boys out there?
Can't you make the argument the zeitgeist, the amazing, the most popular time for chess was Spassky and Bobby Fischer, and
sure,
because we had an evil Russian and our American who was.
I think it's hot right now.
King of the
Queen's
Pricks,
Gambit for sure. I think it really reignited it,
especially the Queen's Gambit with a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I managed to not watch that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
I think also the thing a couple of weeks ago with the guy was accused of cheating with vibrating anal beads.
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah, I hadn't heard.
I didn't hear about it.
Wow, that's really exciting.
Well, for him particularly, yeah.
Is there any way
we
can have you for a morning where anal beads,
vibrating anal beads,
insert them and give each one of us a button, or just give your son a button.
What if we had an expert in Morse code sending me messages?
And you had to decode them?
I had dot dash dot.
What do you think?
No. Okay. But this could be the future of cheating, though. I mean, having anal vibrating devices in baseball, you get up there and the guys, okay, you get curveball coming.
Well, the Astros are probably doing it right now.
Yeah,
Astros. Get it?
Right now, I want to talk to guys that are starting to go bald. If it's just starting, you've got some options available from our friends at Roman. We've been talking for a long time about GetRoman.com/wood because they still do. They deal in some of those great pharmaceuticals in the realm of so-called ED. This is about hair loss. If your hair loss is just beginning, you'll probably want to check this out. Roman offers clinically proven medication of the pharmaceutical variety to treat hair loss. Also, they have specially formulated shampoos, etc. 80% of the men who used prescription hair loss treatment had no further hair loss after 2 years when caught early. Get the details. Find out what this is all about with a free online visit. You'll talk with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional to work with you to find the best treatment plan. Roman, of course, famous for their free 2-day shipping, and these treatments start at just $20 a month on a quarterly plan. Get the details. GetRoman.com/BT show to get 20% off your first order. So Bob and Tom Show listeners, pay attention. It's GetRoman.com/BT show. That's GetRoman.com/BT show for that balding head. Now, coming up in sports.
One more world record. 2 world records. Because one wouldn't be enough, would it?
I think these are so exciting.
Okay. Remember all this. I think these are so exciting.
And what's the famous kid's story with a moose in the title? If you give a
moose a muffin.
Okay.
If you give a mouse a cookie.
Okay, this should be if you give a moose a motorcycle.
No.
Oh, my.
Moose can't ride a motorcycle.
Well, especially when you've hit them and they're dead. Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Comedian.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick'em program on the Bob and Tom Show.
Of Charles, created by a British sculptor and, as you might have expected, was approved by the king before being pressed into coinage. In keeping with tradition, the king's portrait faces left, the opposite direction of his mother's, Queen Elizabeth II. It's a moving story about being welcomed into the herd by strangers. It happened in Germany, where a cow herd has adopted a lone wild boar piglet. Farmer Frederick Staple told the DPA news agency he saw the pig among the cows about 3 weeks ago. Staple thinks the boar got separated from its herd as they crossed a nearby river. It's worth noting wild boars can cause extensive damage, but it doesn't seem to faze Staple or his cows. He says he can't bear to scare the boar away, and when winter comes, he'll let the piglet stay on with the cows. And how's that for some happy news in your entertainment? And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on!
on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a so you know where I'm going.
Kiwi Rogers is our guest. Kiwi, having just met you, I can just guess you're obviously an athlete of some sort.
Yeah, I work out a little bit. They have the whole thing where you pump weights and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you got to have that cardiovascular, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that cardiovascular. I was playing basketball the other day. They made me guard the worst dude on the other teams. It was a fat dude wearing thongs. Man. You know, standing on the court smoking a cigarette. You know I was in bad shape.
And you couldn't keep up with him.
I couldn't keep up with him. I got involved with that aerobics. Don't like aerobics, man. That's too much like sex.
It is.
Aerobics?
Yeah, you sweat, muscles hurt, and then you got a woman up there telling you you're not doing it right.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Oh, my God.
What? I can't hear. Give me the headset.
Shh, I'm getting something. Oh, my God.
It's the most terrifying sound you'll ever hear.
What? What is it?
I don't know. Would you shut up? This is a matter of life or death. Years and years of civilization could be rocked by this.
Give me the headset. I want to hear.
Oh, my God.
Forget about the Da Vinci Code. Bob and Tom Pictures presents the Morse Code.
Oh, no. I can't believe it.
What? What's the message say?
It says, greetings. Stop. I knocked up Mary Magdalene. Stop. Don't tell anyone. Stop.
The Morse Code. Eastern Orthodox religion meets Western Union. Don't miss Morse Code, the movie. Only from Bob and Tom Pictures. Morse Code. It'll dash your belief system. For more previews, go to morsecode.com.
I'll be darned.
Where are you from, by the way?
Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure. That's famous.
Yeah, you know, small.
Sure.
Thugged out town. You know, it's tiny. So small, we used to get robbed by people we knew.
That's small.
People like, stick 'em up. I'm like, Andre? I'm going to tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come over for dinner.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to
The Tickets. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
You're tearing me apart.
I had the interesting opportunity of standing in the break room listening to the Sunshine Boys go at it about
Off-air talk? That was strictly off-air.
Well, you know what they should do.
You gave me the finger.
Well, hell yeah, I know what they should do. No, let me talk. No, let me talk. All right.
Smell my elbow.
You guys should totally update that. You and
Oh, that's a wonderful plan. Yeah, do it.
Fantastic,
Yes.
man. Hey, that's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. He's manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold on Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick
Go,
McGee.
baby, go.
Oh, I thought you had something you wanted to share with us this morning.
So, I made the announcement yesterday. I got a new puppy. There's a new member of the compound. Her name's Joey.
Hooray!
And she's a little over 20 weeks old. She'll be 21 weeks Monday.
Okay.
And she's a standard Australian Shepherd. And I'm convinced she's 70% Bernese Mountain Dog. Her paws are as big as my head.
I love that.
However, she must have heard me talking yesterday, and she didn't care for it.
Uh-oh.
She left me a pile of crap for the first time ever in the kitchen. Oh. Do you know how when you come out of your bedroom and you go, Yeah. Something's up, and boy, was it ever.
Oh, boy.
But proving what a good girl she is, right on the stone tile, not on the area rug, right on the stone tile.
Okay, all right, easy cleanup.
And how did I clean it up, Tom?
Did you use my method?
You damn right I did.
Okay. You know my method is, Josh?
Paper plates?
I do, yeah.
You take you have paper plates.
Yeah.
You put two of them together.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's impossible to get one paper plate anyway.
No, you cut them in half.
Then you cut them. No, but my point is you take two paper plates.
So the cheap paper plates, not the thick paper plates.
Yeah, the cheap.
Not the Chinette.
Then you cut it in half.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put rubber gloves on. Then use that as a scooper. Put that in a secure wastebasket with a bag on it, and then you bag the whole thing up, and you're done.
There you go.
It's kind of like in Quentin Tarantino movie.
Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction, where they...
Oh, you call the wolf?
Yeah, you call the wolf. Yeah, no, it's the best way to do it. I've got a whole system, because I used to have that issue with one of my dogs. Had a serious serial pooping problem because of an illness, because of seizures. So I would have to clean up poop every morning for many, many, many years.
Remember the wolf tells the guys, he's like, hey, do not get pulled over on the way.
That's right.
There, don't. And he goes, by the way, I drive really fast. Okay.
That always pissed me off.
And it's like, oh, you jerk.
It's always, oh, this is a movie. Oh, I forgot, this is a movie. Okay.
And do you, when something like that happens, if the consistency makes it possible, do you put it in the human toilet?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I feel a little silly, but
Why?
I do.
Of course.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's easy.
The thing is, depends on the proximity of the toilet to the operation.
I see.
And you're correct. The consistency of the
that makes a big
yeah, it makes a huge difference.
If it's if it's watery.
Yeah. Well, there's no need to pursue this. We need to move forward here in life. We were talking about
like canned spinach.
No, I just ate peanut butter.
Do you have the instant alarm when you hear the?
What is your dog's butt doing?
Oh, my dog's throwing up. That happened this morning.
I see. That's
okay. And now we were talking about James Dean. And,
what are you talking about?
I'm a rich boy. Me, I'm gonna have more money than you ever thought of having.
I'm a rich boy.
You sure do look pretty, Miss Leslie.
Listen.
You always did look pretty.
What the hell did you say?
It's sure not good enough to eat.
She looks good enough to...
We
lost
him too soon, didn't we?
Good enough to eat?
He did say that.
But I was mentioning
risque.
that the Fairmont, Indiana is the place where James Dean is buried.
Yeah.
Came up today because this is the anniversary of the crash of the Porsche, which coincides with Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns crashing a Porsche a couple days ago and getting slightly injured. But Porsche engineering now is such that you can crash one of these things, flip it 3 times, and everybody's pretty much okay.
But don't.
No, we don't encourage it.
No, but it just shows what a fine vehicle they make. And then when James Dean crashed his Porsche, the seat beltless, et cetera, and didn't come out of it alive. But I mentioned that I'd been told that this is a big thing, and I've got 2 letters backing me up on this. I live in Fairmont, Indiana. That story about people leaving cigarettes in the grave of James Dean, absolutely true.
No follow-up needed here. We didn't care to believe you.
When I was in high school, we'd go there and smoke the cigarettes.
Nice. That's a good way to get haunted, though.
Yeah. Oh, you think?
Yeah, messing with an offering to a
really
the deceased. Sure.
Oh boy, bad news for those flowers, Kelly. Well, could you grab that for me?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Well, this is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Pete S. DeMilo. And this, yes, is some other news. Well, last month we celebrated National Pepperoni Pizza Day, National Queso Day, and National Fried Rice Day. Now, besides celebrating food, we celebrated National IT Professionals Day, which recognizes those great technical experts, the network engineers, computer fixers, and many more IT professionals. Now, personally, I helped out my next-door neighbor, a computer professional, by taking him a big hot plate of Spam.
It's nice.
You may not be aware of some other newer, innovative IT companies. My favorite is Sanford & Sons Virtual Trash Emptiers. It's aimed at people who are unfamiliar with computers. They will stop by your place and help you empty your virtual trash. Their slogan is, "Give us a call, you big dummy."
Sanford.
Thank you. Another new company is called Porn Scrubbers. They promise to wipe your hard drive clean of any pornographic material. They also promise to wipe off your keyboard, your mouse, and the sticky area surrounding your desk.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. And don't miss National Bass Players Day. Celebrate the bass player in your area by purchasing a pizza from your favorite pizza joint. And then tip that bass player double when he delivers it to you. Coming up, it's National Rat on Somebody Day. You don't have to be Sammy the Bull to have fun on National Rat on Somebody Day. Turn in Karen from the front desk for stealing office supplies. Or let Jimmy in sales know that Ronnie in maintenance has been stealing his lunch from the break room fridge.
Just be a
That's right. Coming up next, tell a stripper you love her week. Fellas, it's finally time to let Kinky, with an I, know how you really feel. Who hasn't wanted to turn that hoe into a housewife? Well, now's your chance, fellas. Better take out a few grand because this week is not going to be cheap for you. You better be ready to finance a convertible for her and co-sign on a new apartment, or all those I love yous will just fall by the wayside. Trust me on this. I'm talking to you, Destiny. God, her real name's Jennifer. Jeez. This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Pete Estamilo. And this has been Some Other News. Bye.
Dick Hitzwater had a side piece on Destiny.
Good for him.
The real name is Jennifer.
Yeah.
I knew a guy once that was took great pride in knowing the real names of all the strippers at the place where he pissed away his face.
Well, yeah, that means he's on the inside.
Yeah, right. Never once even copped a feel.
You know what that means? He helped them move.
Oh, yeah.
That is,
You mean like David Copperfield?
Yeah.
Stupid world record.
This just in, there's a very good steakhouse in Fairmount, Indiana.
You've
James
got to
Dean
shut
fans.
up.
I'm
Is
just
there?
reading my mail.
All right.
Remember what he said about the world records coming back?
Yeah, they're great.
Fascinating,
Yes.
amazing.
Exciting.
Exciting world record. Yes, exciting.
What do you got?
A family of 12 siblings in Spain were awarded a Guinness World Record when their combined age was confirmed as 1,058 years and 249 days.
Wow.
How's that taste?
How many? 12 siblings?
How's that for
12 siblings, same mom, same dad.
You know, Tom, I apologize for doubting you.
Yeah, this is thrilling.
Exciting.
I'll give him something to do for the rest of the morning. I don't believe you. The Hernandez Perez siblings, who grew up and still live in the town of Moya, on the island of Gran Canaria, range in age from 76 to 97.
Whoa.
We're very old.
I'm wearing hand-me-down dentures. I'll tell you what.
The hand-me-downs never stop.
Our mom's vagina's like a bowling ball. She's got the Guinness record for the loosest labia.
Why did you pronounce it
It's in
like that?
Spanish.
It's labia.
Not in Espanol.
Not in our dialect.
Because this is how a person from Spain talks. Yes, of course.
An old person from Spain.
Sons of bitches. Those Duggar Americans have nothing on us. What's my name again? That's just one of the great world records, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. There's another one. A Pennsylvania store chain celebrated its 40th anniversary by unveiling the world's largest bobblehead.
Oh, I saw a photo of this.
Ollie's Bargain Outlet. I'm Ollie. Created the bobblehead figure of its mascot, Ollie.
Have you seen it really, Josh?
Yeah.
And does it look like anybody you know?
It does. It does. Shall I say? It looks a little like Tom Griswold.
No kidding. Is that right?
Or I was going to say Jimmy Buffett. I mean, it's just this white guy of a certain age with white hair.
Right. I don't know if it's supposed to be Owlie. I guess.
Yeah,
it
that's
must.
it. Yeah, that's their mascot. But
it measures.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
16 feet, 6.73 inches high, officially beating the previous Guinness World Record of 15 feet, 4.75 inches.
And have you seen the car that it fits in?
The car that it fits in.
Oh, yeah. It was like
The record-breaking
700 feet long.
The record-breaking, fully functional bobblehead was unveiled at the chain's flagship location in Harrisburg.
Huh.
You would never wear this shirt, though. I got to tell you.
I was having any.
It looks a little like Tom,
It
doesn't it?
does a little.
but
it has a mustache, though.
Oh, it does? I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
It looks more like Jimmy
Oh,
Buffett.
my God. From
It looks quite
from
like...
this distance, it looks exactly like Tom.
It looks quite like Jimmy Buffett, though, closer. I didn't notice the mustache.
To me, it looks like a white Jesse Jackson. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It
kind of does.
It popped out at me immediately. The mustache.
Wow, that's hilarious. The white Jesse Jackson. Yeah, you know something. I think it's the eyes.
I don't know what it
The
is.
eyes and the mustache. I don't think Jesse'd wear that shirt either.
Yeah,
It looks like popcorn on his shirt or something.
It's just like a
ugly.
Hawaiian shirt.
How fun.
Anyway, it's the world record.
I wonder how much it
Congratulations.
cost. What do you think?
And by the way, if I read deeper into the story. I didn't print this part. To be a
of course
bobblehead, the head has to actually bobble.
Yeah, Chick said it was functioning.
So they have to probably go up there and hit it with a truck or something to get it to move. 'Cause it's probably pretty heavy.
Well, I get Ollie to get up there and do that.
I don't know if I'm
Just guessing.
running a motor vehicle.
No,
is that sports?
Yes, Tom.
broom handle.
This is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Happy? Christy.
I think we should, before we conclude sports technically, congratulate Chick McGee on his first pick in this week 4 of the NFL season. Chick picking the Cincinnati Bengals over the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Even though the Bengals gave away 4 points, that wasn't enough.
1-0, baby.
As did Jen Mallon, our winner from week 3 of that beautiful Big Green Egg Mini Max. You can win it again. Get involved.
Jen can't win again, right?
Well, sure she can.
No,
Can't
she can't.
I don't think she
I
can.
don't think she can win again.
Fair.
But you know what you should do with a game like this? Something that people can enter? Wildly speculate on the air.
That was my fault.
You too can win. It's bobandtom.com/contest.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
This is from Mark. I live and work in Ireland. I tune in to you guys. I love your show. Every day I tune in, and it's vibrating anal beads. No matter what time I tune in, vibrating anal beads. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'll put vibrating anal beads up my own ass and give you a full report if it'll put this thing to bed once and for all.
Coincidentally, Mark lives in Cork.
There it is right there.
P.S. Rock on.
Thank you, Mark.
Mark.
Love Ireland.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now, it's been a nice week there.
The Pete.
I don't like that he told us to rock on. I want to rock on my own terms. Does that make sense?
I loved it, Mark. Thank
I
you.
liked it, Mark.
Okay.
I'm with them.
Hey, rock on, Willie.
I guess
Don't fight it.
You know what? I think it'll kind of rock on. Thanks, Mark.
I saw a guy give a speech at a wedding, and he ended with "rock on."
No.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. There was only a little bit of rocking, by the way, after that.
Oh, I see.
Didn't go well.
Short life.
You mean the short marriage?
Oh, I'll tell you off the air. You were there. Coming up in the news, Christy Lee.
Hey, coming up, everyone should sit down to pee. We'll tell you why.
Interesting.
We have everybody was talking about this yesterday. The reporter that had her microphone wrapped in a condom. Yes, it was a condom.
I mentioned on the air that I thought there was some new microphone technology.
Yes.
Because you don't hear the wind in the microphones. It used to be you couldn't hear anything. And now, but apparently it's as simple as putting a sleeve over the mic.
I think it has to be lambskin, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unlubricated, I would think.
It would have to be.
No tip.
Yeah.
It can taste like bananas, but that's just for fun.
No, didn't the one in question have the tip? Wasn't that the
It
whole?
was, yeah.
You can
Oh,
see
yeah,
the
you can see
reservoir
the tip.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was full. Isn't that weird?
That's gross.
What would have been funny is if the tip had been extra long and it looked like one of those things in front of a used car lot. You know, the waving. What is that called? The guy the ones
that was wavy.
The wavy man with
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Tube men, isn't that
Tube man? We'll hear about that coming up. Also, we have they've arrested Raincoat Man in Japan.
Who the hell's Raincoat Man?
You're going to find out. And
you're going to find out who Raincoat Man is.
And boy, here's something no one asked for. They're going to do a dance adaptation of The Matrix. Wow.
Can't wait to miss it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, and I'm not going to.
Well, I'll be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Minimax Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Hey, everybody. Reno Collier stopping by today. Find out more about him at RenoCollierComedy.com with his country fried take. Also, Greg Warren, who calls in usually on a Monday with the Warren Report, going to be live this weekend. He's going to be doing his album Saturday, October 1st, Comedy Off-Broadway in Lexington, recording that album. 2 shows on Saturday. Also, he'll be there tonight as well, warming up at the album recording Saturday, October 1st. Comedy Off-Broadway in Lexington, Kentucky. Our friend Greg Warren going to be recording an album. Josh will be there in the audience as well, so it'll be a lot of fun. Hope you can join Greg and be there for that great album recording. That's coming up Saturday night. Comedy Off-Broadway in Lexington, Kentucky. And we roll on through this Friday with Reno Collier and Jeff Oskey and you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning. Hurricane Ian has regained some strength after exiting Florida and taking aim at South Carolina. The National Weather Center said the storm spent only a few hours as a weakened tropical storm over Florida before spinning back up again into a Category 1 hurricane Thursday in the Atlantic Ocean. Rescue crews wading through water using boats to rescue Florida residents stranded in the wake of Hurricane Ian. Orange County Fire Department posted photos of crews in a flooded neighborhood in the Orlando area. At least 4 people in Florida confirmed dead on the state's eastern coast. Forecasters have issued a hurricane warning for coastal South Carolina and southeastern North Carolina ahead of another landfall later today. 2 space telescopes have captured this week's asteroid strike, the first planetary defense test of its kind. NASA on Thursday released pictures of the dramatic event taken by the Hubble and Webb space telescopes. Telescopes on all 7 continents also watched as NASA's DART spacecraft slammed into the harmless space rock in hopes of altering its orbit, a test to see if one could actually be moved in the future. All these pictures will help scientists learn a little more about the asteroid Dimorphos, which took the punch and ended up with a sizable crater. NASA and SpaceX, meanwhile, studying the feasibility of sending a private mission to Hubble to raise the aging telescope's orbit and continue to extend its life. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Do you remember the dramatic rescue of baby Jessica when she fell down the well? Remember she was 18 months old?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, baby Jessica is a baby no longer. She was married over the weekend.
No kidding.
She is now 19 years old, and she apparently tied the knot Saturday at a rural church outside Midland, Texas. She's 19. Her husband, 32-year-old Daniel Morales.
I bet they're on City Walk.
Chick, I forgive you for everything you've ever done. Bravo, Chick McGee.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, only another 12 years. Till the next one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Baby Jessica.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, internet porn.
Well, there's
photography.
You know, people don't go, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
You know, because of the internet.
Oh, that's true.
But I think you missed out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright. Because I'm blind. Jeez.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to
Q95.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
Yeah, I just like that shirt. There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Don't you listen to a word, Pat. You look good.
Thank you, fellow flannel.
Fellow flannel fellow. Hi, Ace Cosby. Hi, Chick. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold. Good morning. See, now that's a good shirt. Nice, solid.
I like Pat's shirt, though. I have a theory. I think some people need medication to wake up or coffee to wake up. I think you and my dad just need to insult people to get the gas going. Does that make sense?
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Your digs have been out this morning, fellas. Let's love in your heart.
I'm Chick, and here's...
Put a little love in your heart.
that green on Pat, it brings out the semi-constant illness that he suffers.
See, that's not
That's
love.
always funny.
Say this could be in the Sunshine Boys. Pat, I'm not feeling well. Shut up and get in bed.
Stop poking me with your finger.
Get out of here. You ate all the mustard.
You had to study for your prostate exam.
See, stuff like that. Yeah.
A lot of James Dean stuff. I'm getting a lot of email about it.
Ignore them.
This is the this is
Me, I'm gonna have more money than you ever thought of having.
Well, that's wonderful, Jim.
Wow.
That's wonderful, Jim.
God, now can we do it? Miss Taylor, can you be a little bit more wooden this next take?
She's great.
Wonderful, Jim.
Okay.
Virginia Woolf, that's it.
The point is this is the anniversary of the death car of the Porsche. And we got talking about this not only because this is the anniversary, but Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns flipped a Porsche 3 times. Everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Make a fine automobile.
They sure do make a good car. So sick of it. They're not going to give you a free one.
Whoa. I didn't even know that was a possibility. They do make a nice automobile.
Wait a minute, Josh.
Wow.
I'm reading this for your benefit, Josh.
Das gut.
First of all, we found out at the gravesite, people leave cigarettes for Mr. Dean, and the local teenagers go and smoke them.
How about that?
Which I think is fun. I've received.
You're a lunatic.
I've received a bunch of letters saying absolutely true. This one is really interesting. This is from Pete He writes, I'm driving on my daily work route from Fresno to Pismo Beach, Santa Maria. As I'm making my turn from Highway 41 to 46, you mentioned James Dean.
Oh, man.
I am passing the accident site.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been there.
Eerie.
He goes, yeah, this is like when Pee-wee met Large Marge. I have an eerie feeling. Pete, thank you so much. What a great letter. And then got this one. Josh, you're going to have to help me here. This is from a guy whose last name sounds like he's a porn star.
Okay.
So I'm not going to read it. But he goes, I can't hear you talk about James Dean without thinking of an adult film star named James Dean with 2 E's.
That's right, yeah.
D-E-E-N.
He attained some mainstream popularity because he was in a movie with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his quote was, I'm tearing you apart.
And he was talking to Lisa Ann, so yeah, it worked.
I mean, can you get away with that, just changing one letter?
Sure. People do it all the time, I'm sure. Yeah.
Seems kind of cheesy.
You can listen to my new podcast, The Bab and Tam Show. We're doing real good numbers.
How is Tam?
They're very confused.
Is she all right?
Oh, she's doing
Yeah,
great.
good.
Guys, we just missed the James Dean Festival this year. It was last week, the 23rd, and next year it's September 25th. Nope, that's not right.
And
it's in September next year.
The car.
They have a ducktail run.
It can't. It has to be one of those things where, like the Elvis deal.
What was the Elvis deal?
Well, I mean, his popularity now with the movie will go back up. But, you know, things are starting to, when they celebrate his birthday down in Graceland, you know, it's not as many people. And because his fans are all dying off. I mean, that James Dean thing has to be very similar, right?
The town of Fairmount honors James Dean and other famous former citizens with exhibits of memorabilia, a film showcase, a look-alike contest.
How many other famous citizens are from Fairmount?
Oh, they're loaded with it.
Oh, boy.
They also have the James Dean Run, Museum Days, a 4-day-long remembrance celebration.
The run is great because you have to smoke.
Oh.
instead of when you run by, instead of handing you bananas and water bottles, they hand you lit, unfiltered cigarettes.
And most runs benefit something, but this is actually a run without a cause. They're just doing it for fun.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. Very
There
nice.
he is. Good night.
Well done.
Back it up, Lee. That's beautiful.
Gold star on the petty cash.
Now I'll need a Porsche expert to explain this to me, because this headline says it was a Porsche Spider, and this article says it was a Porsche 550 Speedster, and there's apparently some controversy as to where the actual wreckage is. And
I see.
At one point, like I said, there were 2 different versions of the crashed car touring.
That's not possible.
Clearly, but I mean, it's possible that some huckster,
Maybe somebody had part of the car.
Maybe someone just got a similar car, beat it up, and said, "Man, this is James Dean's car. Come on, look at it for $1."
Yeah,
that's creepy and weird.
Yeah, it is.
In any event, once again, today is the end.
Well, next year we'll have to go to the festival, chick.
I'm in.
Okay.
It's a beautiful part of the country.
Oh, it is beautiful.
Maybe I'm not sure where it is though.
I know exactly where
I know exactly where it is.
I barely know where Indiana is.
It's on the way to Fort Wayne.
Could we move on here? What have you got over there, Christy Lee?
Images of a TV reporter in Florida have gone viral after she was seen wrapping her microphone in a condom. WBBH TV.
Man, it's cold out here.
Kind of weird that's in Florida and everything.
You're watching Elvis in Alaska.
Oh, man, it's cold out here.
Oh, man.
Love me, icicle.
Kyla Gaylor was spotted using a
What's her name?
condom-covered. Kyla Gaylor.
Okay.
She was using a condom-covered microphone while broadcasting about Hurricane Ian from Naples,
Did you see her
Florida.
put that thing on with her mouth? That was great.
That's skilled. Very skilled. Yeah.
She's a young working professional.
We're getting closer and closer to going to court.
A real person.
Yeah.
It was ribbed, so she didn't drop the mic.
Puzzled social media users quickly shared images and video of the reporter's unusual microphone cover. Gaylor later clarified, it's what you think it is. It's a condom.
She does work for the station where news comes first. Yeah.
It helps protect the gear. We can't get these mics wet. There's a lot of wind, a lot of rain, so we got to do what we got to do, and that is put a condom on the microphone.
Plus, I plan on putting this in my video.
Jesus, you guys.
Oh, Governor, what's his name, DeSantis, had kicked her out of the state because she's using contraception. And
Anti-contraception per se.
Another local journalist, Jeff Butera of WZVN TV in Naples.
Another TV
show. Quipped on Twitter, quote, "We're practicing safe hurricane reporting."
Oh, what a good quip. He really quipped it up.
I bet you he's the funniest guy at the station.
I bet he is.
Is there any actual footage of her talking with it on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it sounded pretty good, huh?
Yeah, and you can see the reservoir tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and she took it out of her mouth.
He's doubling down.
I mean, at least adversity doesn't affect you. No one laughed at the first two, and you can't be stopped.
Would we be doing this story if it had been a man who did this?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Even funnier.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot funnier.
If it's a guy, I love the Suck on the Cock joke. That's a great joke. That's a fun time.
What's this guy from WZVN's name is?
His name is Jeff Butera.
It's pronounced Bud.
No, it's not.
It is pronounced butt hair, yes.
No, it's Butera.
Warren Zevon started that station. People don't know that.
Jeff Butthare. I'm sorry. What's the Warren Zevon reference?
WZVN. That's right there.
It's
not a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to help out.
You're doing a great job.
I just had to be reminded of the call letters. That's all. It was more on me than
That's right.
more on all of us. The joke was there.
Coming up, we have a guest, Reno Collier, in the building.
He's probably decided not to come in.
Yeah, probably.
By the way, for your information, people, this is from Zach. Dog feces does not go in the toilet. The shape of their feces is not designed to go down the toilet. Consequently, the dogs I have a 90-pound mixed
Well,
and a 50-pound black lab Doberman. Every time they go on the floor, it clogs up the toilet.
Well, you're not supposed to put the paper plate in, too. If you've been listening all morning.
We have a 90-pound dog.
Yeah.
That is,
the shape of theirs is different than ours.
That's crazy.
It flushes fine.
That's the only thing that...
You've got to drop it from up high. Get that kerplunk.
Sometimes you have to tear it with your hands.
Momentum going.
Chew off a piece.
We were talking about this in reference to Chick's new dog and an accident that happened over there. In the meantime,
Joey.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that and everything else.
Damn it, Joey.
Speaking of bodily functions, an interesting news story. Scientists are now saying that everybody should urinate sitting down.
I don't understand.
Well, you'll find out why when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick'em program on the Bob and Tom Show.
Favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is, I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, Pigskin Pick'em. We are already in week number 4. It started last night, so I hope you got your picks in so you can win a Big Green Egg Mini Max. And then the piece de la resistance, if you will, picking against Chick McGee in the shoe-in of the week, just like Jen Mallon did. She was our Week 3 winner of the shoe-in of the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, I should say. And who knows, she probably beat Chick in the shoe-in as well. She was a lot of fun. That's our second female winner, a girl, back-to-back, and both from Wisconsin. So congratulations. Cow about you there, Wisconsin. See what I did? And another lady. So, man, let's get on it. Let's hope you did better picking this week, as we are now in the middle of week number 4. BobandTom.com/contest if you want to get ready for week number 5 beginning next Tuesday. But again, thanks to the folks at the Big Green Egg. And Jen Mallon walked home with a Big Green Egg Mini Max delivered right to her door, courtesy of the Bob and Tom Show and the folks at the Big Green Egg. So thanks to them. Thanks to Jen for participating. And thanks to you for listening. Friday, right here, Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at your Bob and Tom news headlines. A revived Hurricane Ian is bearing down on South Carolina's coast in the historic city of Charleston. Forecasters predicting a storm surge and flooding. Earlier, the mega storm caused catastrophic damage in Florida, leaving people trapped in flooded homes. At least 4 deaths reported. South Carolina's coast under a hurricane warning. Shopkeepers sandbagged storefronts in flood-prone areas, and a steady stream of vehicles left Charleston for higher ground. Meanwhile, in Florida, rescue crews piloted boats through inundated streets to save thousands from flooded homes, shattered buildings. Governor Ron DeSantis says at least 700 rescues were conducted in his state, already mostly by air. Asian stocks have sunk again after German inflation spiked higher. British Prime Minister Liz Truss defended a tax cut plan that rattled investors, and Chinese manufacturing also weakened. Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Sydney have all retreated on this Friday morning. Oil prices edged lower. Wall Street fell to its lowest level in almost 2 years after strong U.S. jobs data reinforced expectations the Federal Reserve will stick to its plans for more interest rate hikes. Investors worry the global economy will tip into recession following interest rate hikes by central banks to cool inflation that is at multi-decade highs. Global export demand is weakening. Russia's attack on Ukraine has disrupted both the oil and the gas markets. And we're learning more about the computer hack that swiped personal data from nearly 10 million Australians. Authorities say the hacker or hackers used a series of techniques to conceal their identity. The head of cyber investigations in Australia says the probe into the Optus cyber attack will be long and complex. The official says the FBI helping with the probe to find out who compromised the personal data of 9.8 million customers of Australia's second largest wireless carrier. And that's a look at your Bob and Tom news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at BobandTom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to BobandTom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em with the Bob and Tom Show. Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Matt Weinhold is our guest, wow.
I still love Star Trek. Do you guys keep up with any of that stuff?
I'm not a
Star Trek
Trekkie
and Babylon
fan, no.
5 and all that. I love all that stuff. Pretty much anything that will not get me laid, I'm into. But I actually have had sex, which sort of makes me like the Fonzie of the Star Trek convention. You know, these conventions.
Oh, man, it's Matt. He's been with a girl.
Right. I actually bring a girl into these things. Say, where'd you meet her? On the internet? No.
No.
I met her at a bar.
Whoa! We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Oh, that's great.
Things are so complicated. Remember the good old days when all you needed for romance was a van and some chloroform?
Sure.
Yes! What happened to those days?
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chicky.
There's Pat. Hey, Chicky. There's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
She's drunk.
Oh, I wished. God.
There's Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick Chair.
Hi, Christy's in a good mood because she knows she has 2 days away from us.
You going to drink at that wedding?
Hey,
Hell yeah, I'm going to drink at that wedding.
Open bar? Do you have to?
We Ubered?
Pay bar.
I don't know. But I honestly don't know.
You know if it's going to be, because you know what I say, open bar, better gift.
Yeah.
I already sent the gift.
If it's a cash bar, every guest is allowed to flip one table. That's what I've discovered.
And kiss one grandma.
I'm Chick McGee. Jess Hooker's out on the porch. We're going to check in with her. She's making a very special dish just for our special guest.
Okay.
And Tom, why don't you introduce him?
Okay, our guest is comedian Reno Collier. I've never seen you in shorts, Reno. Your legs are like toothpicks.
Yeah, my wife asked me when I get my casts off. I'm like two different bodies, like a Lego.
So you're half fat then?
No. Reno's very slender.
What the hell's this? Have you ever gotten a hair that grows out of the middle?
This is all very well-worn territory.
Half fat is...
Man, that's some funny stuff you do about that, Reno. The half fat thing. I've never heard it done that way before.
I was working with Josh, and I wrote it, and it just has killed.
Yeah!
Reno, do your nieces ever do anything wacky?
Yeah, sometimes. I made some koozies.
Reno, we like to do world records on this show. And we had an interesting world record just a couple weeks ago involving chicken feet. And I have never eaten a chicken foot.
Nor have I.
And here's the headline. A woman breaks record for most chicken feet eaten in 1 minute. Her name, she's from South Africa. Her name is Ms. Vulyowithu Simanthili.
Nailed it.
Yeah. And you make fun of us when we do.
Vulyowithu Simanthili.
You know, if you keep doing it, it's not going to get any better.
Okay. Well, she's the first person to achieve the title after consuming 4.26 ounces of chicken feet in 60 seconds.
All right.
And she was competing against 4 others, of course, in a famous restaurant in Umlazi, South Africa.
Oh, sure. They've got fine eateries there in Umlazi.
So I'd never eaten a chicken foot. I didn't know you could eat them. It turns out you can. So we're going to hook up in a few minutes with Jess Hooker, who is setting up outside to cook some chicken feet.
Why is she outside?
The way the oven and the...
Have you ever smelled a chicken foot cooking?
Nope.
Yeah,
wouldn't want it in here.
We received several bits of advice going that there could be an odor issue.
I gotcha.
So she's cooking outside.
Remember that morning you came in and you smelled really bad, Christy?
Remember that?
Remember
We put you
that?
outside.
It was like, geez.
Was that chicken foot day?
Kind of like a 4-day-old river corpse.
What did I
Remember? We were like,
all I
oh,
did was
geez.
ask a question.
Anyway, we all thought that of all of us and all of our friends, who would have eaten a chicken foot? And we all came up with Reno.
I haven't.
Have you seen it done?
I've seen them in grocery stores.
Yeah.
But I've never eaten one. I'll eat one.
I don't think any of us have.
I don't know that that's even a redneck thing. Like, I think that's like
not eating it.
Agu Mogo Ushi Dushu or
I think
whatever he
it's
said.
like
Gee.
Well, you eat the gizzard, you eat the liver of the chicken, you eat
I
the
fish with
legs.
chicken liver. I have since I was a kid, so I won't eat them.
Oh, I'll eat them and fish with them.
Is this like a voodoo thing? Is this going to be? Are we going to have a spell put on it?
My head will finally shrink to fit my legs.
Yeah.
They use everything.
You do have a big melon.
Dude, my head is huge. It's heavy. It hurts my back.
One topic per second. They do use every part of these critters.
Critters.
I mean, have you ever seen how they take the feathers off of a turkey?
It's they cut the head off and then they lower it into a thing, right?
It looks like a dryer with these rubber fingers in it. It looks like a clothes dryer with rubber fingers in it, and they toss the bird in.
But they look like 100 dildos, though, right?
Yes, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
The
101 Arabian dildo.
Frank Zappa, right?
The point being, they use everything. So
Sure.
I'm not sure because I would assume the chicken, the wings are probably the most sought after, right?
Wings,
Breasts.
The
Breasts.
thighs. Love the thighs.
But do they use the pecker?
Are you talking about the beak or the
chicken wiener?
The pudendum, if you will.
Well, the hard part about that is getting their legs apart.
I think I'm the only one in this room who's plucked a chicken.
Yeah.
Really?
I bet I'm the only one who's.
But that,
Josh, you'd be wrong.
That asks the question: do you move or does the chicken move?
Yes,
Or you move
yes.
the chicken?
Sorry, the point
on,
being,
guys.
they use everything.
Right.
And all kinds of stuff. There's certain things going to dog food, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, of
So
course.
we're going to try the chicken feet and see how they are. But speaking of unusual eating, we have an unusual story about eating a moose.
What?
In the news today.
We can do that?
A motorcyclist who hit a moose in Colorado was planning on eating the animal.
I've had chocolate mousse, but this is ridiculous.
KDVR
Cadaver.
You're all dead to us.
reports that Adam Lamb was riding his motorcycle near Guanella Pass when he struck the cow moose. Lamb told the station, I ended up
Which
ejecting.
is it lamb or cow or a moose?
A cow moose, isn't that a female moose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cow moose.
Lamb told the station, I ended up ejecting from the motorcycle over her. He was hospitalized for his injuries. The moose did not make it.
What? A motorcycle? I would have thought moose wins in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Matt Baggy, one of the people who helped Lamb at the scene, said about 100 pounds of meat was collected from the animal. He said it will later be eaten to celebrate Lamb's recovery.
Lucky he didn't hit a person.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh my God!
Is it legal to cook? Never mind.
That Dahmer is very, very popular.
Hey, you want to come back to my place and party?
Baggy said we're going to have a celebration when he can maybe hold a stick over the fire and roast some marshmallows, maybe some moose meat. By the way, Mr. Lamb looking at a 6 to 8 week recovery period.
Moose meat. I wonder how that is.
Moose meat?
I don't know.
I don't know.
A lot of people in Alaska eat it.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, people hunt moose.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if the guy, let's see, so the guy's on a motorcycle, he hits a moose.
Correct.
He's injured, the moose is sadly killed.
Correct.
But he's going to eat him.
Her, yes.
Her, sorry. If it had been a guy in a Prius, he probably would have had a ceremony and spread the ashes in some holy place in the Rockies. Light a candle.
Hippies. Those electric car drivers saving the planet.
I bet the newspaper said hog beats moose.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Now, have you ever seen a moose up close? They're gigantic.
Yeah, they're enormous.
They're like almost like deer horses. They're big.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised this guy didn't get teabagged. Oh, it was a lady moose.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What the hell's a deer horse?
A moose.
A moose is like
That's how
a
he
deer, but
described
the
it.
size of a horse.
Write that one down.
I've encountered a moose in the wild.
I love this joke.
I encountered.
Moose. It's a Woody Allen joke.
When's the last time you were in
Sounds like something you're yelling at the home. I've encountered a moose in the wild.
I like Skittles.
That's great, Mr. G.
Take your pills. Just stick to your man, Mom. And I'll tell you what I did.
When was the last time you were in the wild?
I was on Isle Royal in Lake Superior.
Of course it would be Superior.
I'm sure that we have some fine listeners who have
Contentious story number
If we
42.
do, don't email us.
who have
I hiked Isle Royal.
hiked Isle Royal.
There were no cars back then.
And no, I'm serious. And I remember I was with one of my brothers. We're climbing over this boulder, and then there's this gigantic moose looking at me like, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
You're lucky it didn't charge.
Yeah, they're scary. Yeah, they're big. They can be very big. So this.
No, he paid cash.
In Utah, they have these big overpasses where they build them for the animals, and there's nothing like driving down the freeway and there are moose just walking across.
And I think it's great that they can read
So
the signs
cool.
too.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Now we
Just crossing.
Oh, we're supposed to cross there.
Let's go to the next one. There's a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's lucky because
Could really go for a latte.
could have gone the other way.
He could have died. The moose could have.
Yeah, that could have
Driven
been.
off on his motorcycle.
Oh, free bike.
Isn't that a children's book? If you give a moose a motorcycle,
I'm going to Sturgis. Woohoo! Can you imagine if a moose pulled up into Sturgis?
starts kicking bikers' asses.
Yeah, the meth is bad.
Hey, nice tattoo, fairy.
Very.
You don't ever want to call a moose.
No.
Congratulations.
My favorite children's book.
It's a politically incorrect moose. Christy, give us the teaser.
Coming up, you should sit down to pee. And yes, I'm talking to you guys. Also, we have
right
infamous
now.
Raincoat Man in the news. We have the Queen's cause of death officially announced.
OJ did.
I just said, look at her.
Look at her.
There was some question.
They have to put something on the death
Can you
certificate.
imagine? Well, let's read the Queen's autopsy. Did you see the old bitch? Yeah. Wow, I can't believe they wrote that.
Wow. Yeah, she's only 192. I wonder what. Yeah.
Save all this. You're
Death
gonna use it again.
corgi. A lot of road work from a lot of comedians this weekend. I know. I'm very excited about our good friend Greg Warren tonight and tomorrow. Comedy off Broadway, Lexington, Kentucky. He's recording his comedy special tomorrow night. I know the certain Josh Arnold may be there, so he'll be doing some driving, which means what?
Chick's going to be there too.
Oh, are you going to be there?
Well, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because if I go, it's going to be chaos.
With the new puppy, you can go?
Yeah, I've got a puppy sitter.
Oh, okay, very good.
I'm all set, man.
So the upside of this is you can save a ton of money with Upside.
That's right. What is Upside exactly?
What is Upside, Josh?
It's an incredible new app that everyone who buys gas, that's you, needs to know about. Some of our listeners have already earned over $200, $400, even as much as $1,000 with the free Upside app. Use promo code Bob and Tom. You're going to get 25 cents per gallon or more on your first fill up. That's cash back, baby. It's easy and it's real money that really adds up. In fact, $1 million cash back is being earned by users each week. So what is there, 52 weeks in a year? That's $52 million a year about. Now, you don't get all of that, of course. You just get a certain... People can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside than any other product. This includes those loyalty programs and credit card rewards out there. Those are fine, but they're nothing like Upside. Upside's available at businesses all over the country, 30,000 plus. That includes those big-name brands and well-known gas stations you use all the time. Use promo code Bob and Tom after you download the free Upside app. Reno, you're on the road all the time. I know you're going to make money with this thing. And you can put that money right into your bank account or into your PayPal account or load up some gift cards that you can gift coming up in the holidays. That's what I like to do. You're going to get 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on that first tank when you use promo code Bob and Tom on the Upside app.
Thank you very much. Coming up, you have to sit down to pee, according to scientists. We'll find out why. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Bob and Tom fans, getting ready to head into the weekend here, and that means you may want a little extra Bob and Tom Show content for yourself. Well, we've got some free podcasts you can download and listen to over the weekend on your own time. The Bits and Pieces podcast, to dive into the Bob and Tom Show archives where they discuss some of their favorite bits and pieces from the show. That Josh Arnold podcast where Josh discusses some fun topics. You could learn something. And the Bob and Tom Show extra podcast, some extra Bob and Tom for you weekday afternoons around 3 p.m. Eastern time. And they're all available for free at bobandtom.com/podcasts. It is Friday, September the 30th. Reno Collier, Jeff Oskey, and you on a Friday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom sports update. Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa sustained neck and head injuries after being slammed to the ground last night against the Bengals and was stretchered from the field. Dolphins and their quarterback conscious and had movement in all his extremities after being taken by stretcher from the field to University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The Dolphins report after losing to the Bengals last night 27-15. And the latest report was he did go back to South Florida with the team last night. And also in the NFL, Sunday night's game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs will be played at Raymond James in Tampa as scheduled. The Bucs spent most of this week in the Miami area preparing for the highly anticipated primetime matchup featuring quarterbacks Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Cleveland Browns All-Pro Myles Garrett returned to the team's headquarters but didn't practice yesterday after crashing his car earlier this week in a one-car accident. Police cited Garrett for speeding, saying he lost control on a country road Monday. The Ohio State Highway Patrol said he was going 65 in a 45. And for Major League Baseball, two-way phenom Shohei Ohtani for the Angels pitched no-hit ball into the eighth and extended his hitting streak to 14 games. He led the Halos over the A's 4-2 in his final home start of the season. Other winners in the American League: Detroit, the White Sox, Boston, Cleveland, and Seattle. National League winners: the Cubs, Miami, San Francisco, and the Dodgers. And one college football game last night. Number 19 BYU beat Utah State 38-26. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside. 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Oh, that was a good flight.
Yeah, it was. Nicoterm. That's the name of it.
Nicoterm? What's that?
It's a patch.
It's a patch?
Yeah, it helps you quit smoking. My doctor gave it to me.
Nicoterm's a patch?
Yeah, Nicoterm it's a patch.
A patch?
A patch.
Some kind of patch?
Yes, it's a patch, like you put on your arm.
Nicoterm is a patch?
Oh, I'll be damned. Yes, it's a patch! 2 days later, different flight, same airport.
What do you mean a patch?
It's a patch.
You mean like a cabbage patch?
No.
Like a briar patch?
No.
Like a patch of pirate wear?
No.
You mean like a patchwork quilt?
No.
You mean like a Clarence Carter set of patches?
Why can't you understand this? It's a patch your doctor gives you that you wear on your arm.
What do you mean arm?
2 days later, same airport, yet another flight.
Now, let me get this straight. Nicoterm is a...
Nicoterm, guaranteed to help you quit smoking.
I think it's a patch.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't!
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Jim, we mentioned that you are a tall man.
Yes. 6'6", huh?
6'6". Are you a single guy or married guy?
I just got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
How's that going?
First timer?
Yeah, first timer.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm learning, very slowly. I'm learning, when women get married, they take the guy's name, and I'm learning that us guys are also given. My married name is somebody. Somebody's got to take the trash out. At first, I was like, is she talking to somebody else? Is there somebody else here?
Somebody.
Shouldn't we be on a first-name basis by now?
Well, someone's going to have to go to the hardware store, and somebody's going to have to put this table together.
That's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? Drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, news.
That's right, buddy.
Pat Godwin, music.
You got it.
Josh Arnold.
Sidekicking.
Yeah, the upside sidekick chair.
Sidekicking.
We're sidekicking.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Willie Griswold's here.
Yep.
I'm Chick McGee. Reno Collier's in the studio.
Good morning, my
Live and in person. And there's Tom Griswold, and we have someone out on the porch, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, man.
Well, it's Jess Hooker. She's cutting the tips off the fingers of chickens.
God,
their chicken feet. They've already been removed from the deceased chickens.
Man.
Look at that.
Rough.
Why is she not wearing gloves? I would not touch those things for nothing.
Are those little tips, are those the part you throw away?
Yeah. Those are the nails.
Those are the nails, yeah.
Oh, look at them.
Okay, there we go. Okay, we can hear you. Just get into that microphone and tell us what you're doing, please. Oh, wait a minute. I can't hear you.
No.
Hold on.
We're not getting any sound here.
There we go.
There we go.
You got me?
Yeah, there you go.
Roger.
Okay.
So right now I'm cutting all. I thought I would declaw them. I thought I could just rip out their toenails. They're attached. They're on there. So I have to. I'm using a knife and I'm cutting them off of these chicken feet, and then I'm going to. Then I'm going to drop them in the pan, and we're going to boil them first. That's the first
chicken
part of the
feet.
process.
The toes, the toe tips you're tossing, right?
No, I'm going to put them in a batter and deep fry them, and then you guys can take. I'm kidding, Tom. No, I'm not going to do anything with the tips. I'm going to throw them out. Wow. I'm going to throw them here for the coyotes.
Yeah, I was going to say, throw them in that field.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they'll love those.
And then in 6 months, there'll be chickens growing out there.
That's how that works.
Now, let me explain that to you, Jess. The joke that he just made involves, at my house, I live on a few acres, and it's very heavily wooded, Reno. Have I ever had you to my house?
No, sir. I've been to one of them. But
Well, we've never been to your house. Why would we?
It's gated. It's pretty heavily wooded. And last Halloween, I just heaved the pumpkins into the woods.
Yeah.
And then I discovered I know this isn't very miraculous because I'm an idiot, but there was a beautiful brand new pumpkin right there that grew. And I didn't even know it was there.
There's a certain innocence to you not knowing anything at all about nature. It's really kind of refreshing, actually.
So did you pick the pumpkin and put it out this year?
It's an all white pumpkin.
Well, it is your neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's the I should put it. It's the smooth kind of pumpkin, not those ones that they're selling all the time now that look like they have leprosy.
Get over them.
That's a gourd.
I can't stand those.
You don't have to buy them.
They give me. I see them. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, ugh, he walks like some skin disease. But
so back out on the porch. How long does it take to cook an average chicken foot there? We got a mess of them, I think is how they say.
There's a couple of stages. So first I'm going to boil them for about 10 or 15 minutes, make sure they're good and cooked through. And then we're going to add the flavor by braising them with ginger and garlic and soy sauce. I think the flavor is going to be on point. Remember, we have to put a beer in there to cut the gaminess of the chicken foot.
That's right.
If you need beer, I've got a sixer in my trunk. It's pretty much car fridge season now. So.
It is. Pretty much,
right. That's true.
maybe you need the beer to get drunk enough to eat these and like them.
Yeah,
is it non-alcoholic beer? Because I would love for some. There are a couple people here that would have to. That's what it would take for them to eat.
Well, just a heads up. When you cook with alcohol, you cook the alcohol out of it.
That's a
when
myth.
You steam it, gets to a certain point. It's not actually.
Pat,
I know. It's
Pat,
okay.
that doesn't mean you can put a hot dog in the microwave for your son and do a couple of shots.
I like a vodka.
I sapped the booze right out of this.
Okay, now you're kind of a farm girl. Is that correct, Jessica?
I live in a different county, so to you, yes, I am a farmer.
You're going to have to verify this letter from Steve. Dear Tom, please use extreme caution in the woods behind your house. A white pumpkin is a sure sign that there are pumpkin poachers in the area. The pumpkin loses its color after poachers drain all the pumpkin spice from it.
Oh, that's what's happening?
Just another reason to only use legally sourced pumpkin spice from free-range pumpkins. Thank you, Steve.
Steve, you're correct. Thank you. That's very important.
A free-range pumpkin. I didn't know that a pumpkin would just grow like that all on its own.
Well, yeah, there are seeds inside your pumpkin, dear.
I really don't know
So
much
next year, what you should do is before you throw them out in the woods, make a little patch. Oh, you won't be there. Never mind.
Yeah, you can wash your pumpkin seeds. Wash them and put them in the freezer and then plant them in late June, and then they'll be ready for October.
What? That quickly? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they grow fast.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, these things just naturally popped up.
I'm going to do it.
Okay, it was fun.
I'm going to do it.
Well, now we'll get back to you in a few minutes, Jess. Thanks for cooking the chicken feet. We'll see how it goes.
And sorry about all this.
Yeah, of course.
Now, Jess, before we go, I want to tell her something. Jessica, if you can still hear me, we have a very interesting news story that I want you to pay attention to because it says everyone should sit down when they pee.
But I don't have a vagina.
Experts encouraging everyone.
He can really turn a phrase, can he?
Including men, to sit down when they urinate. They investigated how body position during urination affects maximum urinary flow rates, voiding time, and post-void residual. I was getting there. Volume. They concluded that the sitting posture is the best position for men, especially with urination problems like enlarged prostates.
I don't have that.
Sitting while urinating, therefore, helps empty the bladder more fully, resulting in fewer complications such as cystitis and bladder stones.
Also opens up your options.
What?
Meaning, if you feel like you...
Since you're sitting.
Yeah, hey, while I'm here.
You can't do that standing at the urinal. Well,
you know how
you can.
Once.
I thought you meant like open up your options, like tapping your foot under the stall trying to fish for a congressman.
I've got a wide stance.
Life hacker writer Steven Johnson argues there are other benefits to sitting while you pee, guys.
What? Oh, sitting.
Yes. Prevents splashback. It's less noisy. It provides options that standing up does not, possibly referring to going number 2 at the same time, as Tom mentioned, and offers you the opportunity to relax for a moment.
Stupid.
You know how hard it's going to be to sit in a urinal at a truck stop?
Yeah.
That's going to be embarrassing.
You know what I mean?
Hey, sorry, Butch, I'm doing Wordle.
Yeah, I heard this on the radio.
Customer 9, shower 4 is ready. Shower 4
Are there are times when you sit down to pee, right?
No.
Right when you're also doing something else.
No, in the middle of the night when it's dark, you don't want to turn any lights, you sit down.
I roll the dice.
Yeah, same here.
No, I have to hang from that trapeze.
Well, that's the thing. This guy over here, he won't tell you, but
I don't want to pee straight
he
up.
is packing that sumbitch.
He'll fall over.
All right.
He's got a hog on him.
If he stands, he'll fall over.
It's freakish.
But
He's got to stand.
the thing where you lean against
Half
the
of
wall.
it's in the water.
All right.
Sits. Okay.
That's good.
I knew, Chick, I'm sorry. I knew that was a losing battle there, trying to get the Dickey brothers out.
Okay. Well,
There's something else that
wait a
scientists
second now. I'm not done talking about this.
At last, honesty.
Christy, now you obviously sit down when you pee.
Except for in the shower.
Okay. Have you ever written your name in the snow?
No.
With urine? No.
It's got to be way harder for
That'd be so
It looks like the MC Hammer dancing.
I think men get a pen and women get a highlighter when they do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like spray paint.
Plus, as you get older, one of your nards goes lower than the other, at least in my case.
All right.
Do you know the temperature of the water in the toilet? I do.
You keep saying that. I don't think that's right.
Well, it happened to me.
Okay.
Sometimes, for me, mine hang differently depending on, what's happening.
Which one you're pulling on?
Barometric pressure.
When I yank on the left, it tends to hang wrong.
See, you gals, you kind of lose out. I think there's there's kind of a masculine, aggressive, warlike quality to peeing standing up.
That's why I do it in the shower. I love doing that in the shower.
Because, we can play firefighter. You really can't.
Yeah.
You'd have to be hovering over the fire to pee it out. You know the old phrase, he wouldn't pee on you if you were on fire? You can't do that for a lady.
Well, I saw a lady that put out a fire once in a video from that.
What kind of disgusting videos are you watching?
I think it was in this building, so don't...
I guarantee it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I doubt the scientific premise of this in the very beginning.
I kind of do, too.
That it's better for maybe if you have what did they say, if you've got an expanded prostate or something, but...
You know who wrote this article? Some angry woman who's tired of putting the seat down after her husband's in there. This is all, I know it. This is all a conspiracy from women.
No, it's written by a guy, Steven Johnson.
Maybe he's a janitor and maybe he has to clean bathroom floors.
Johnson, my ass.
Yeah, his name is Johnson.
Yeah.
And we also get if it's a non-urinal place, then you get the pleasure of getting rid of those skid marks from the previous visitor.
Oh, my goodness.
You go for them? I stay away from them. I don't want those particles getting up in the air.
That is so gross.
But if you stand up, you can pee them off.
I don't pee away the strange skid marks.
You're not a poop shipper?
No. If it's my own, maybe.
No, I aim at anything in the bowl. Absolutely.
I used to like to play Sink the Cigarette. Yeah. Back when people could smoke in public and they'd throw the cigarette butt in.
You do with your buddies, sword fight, then lose the rest to light it.
You learn to pee in the toilet with Cheerios.
All of a sudden...
that is a thing, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm thinking Jess wants to go back to preparing the chicken feet. That seems pleasant.
Okay. Do we have an update on the chicken feet preparation?
Yeah, we're putting them in the water right now. We're going to boil them first.
Okay. Are there bones inside those little things?
Yes, absolutely. Do you want to hear me cut one? Do you want to see if we can hear it?
You've heard me cut one.
You have no idea.
Here we go.
Oh.
Can't really hear much.
Here's the Jess cutting
I've tried to break them, so let's see if I can break a finger on here.
You owe me money.
They're very, it's very strong.
So it's
I can't.
It looks kind of like a slender chicken wing with a bunch of fleshy skin.
Right. So here it is. We've got 4 fingers, I guess.
I sure hate the look.
So when you eat them, do you just sort of suck the meat off them?
So
like
what
you would
you're
with a
gonna
chicken
do?
wing?
Yes. So you're gonna you're gonna put it in your mouth to this first.
Knuckle?
Yeah, the knuckle, basically. And then you're going to suck out the collagen and what little meat there is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
It's a bad
Whose idea was this?
Mine.
Yeah.
This is for people who are out of food.
Yeah.
Well, it's
a flavorful piece. I mean, like I've said, I use it in chicken stock, but I have never ate the meat. You can also eat the tendons if you like.
Oh God,
the tendons in the end.
Well, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, it is
so-
meat, Josh.
Hardly.
Meat doesn't just come in a plastic wrapped piece of styrofoam.
Yeah, it does at Trader Joe's.
I
I get
didn't
it
think
every
it did.
week.
There's actually a big chunk of meat right here on the pad of the foot that you could eat if you wanted. Yeah.
a fleshy pad.
I guarantee you, if
there you
you've
go.
eaten boneless wings, you've eaten this.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I
Probably.
mean?
Those can't be the prime
Nuggets,
cuts.
or maybe
Yeah.
nuggets.
I mean, they grind that stuff up and put it in nuggets or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably.
well, in any event, thank you. We'll get back to this. And again,
Man, that's funny when she makes it flip you off, that chicken foot.
Yeah.
That's
Good gag.
So, once again, the headline, everyone should sit down when they pee. Okay. But please don't stand up when you poop. That's just embarrassing.
You've never done that in the shower?
Oh, come on, you
No.
guys.
The old
you
waffle
gotta-
stump?
You got.
I bet you have. And you're just too embarrassed. I know Josh has. I've seen it.
You ever get a little corn in there too? You got a corn stump
That's
down there.
We're moving on. What do we
Apparently,
got?
Pat has a song. Do you have a song? You have a guitar on?
You know how I like my chicken feet?
How?
Well, like my chicken feet frying size, right around a 9 or 10. Meaty feet, tenderized, not tough like some old hen. When you're out of food or out of meat, pick up some stinky chicken feet. Yeah, I like my chicken feet frying size when I get that skillet hot. Well, I like my chicken feet full of meat, but the feet are way too small. Can you get me chicken feet big as shacks? Feet that shop at Big and Tall. I could eat chicken feet, that's for sure, if they were plump and had a pedicure. So bring me some chicken feet and a box of vino for me and Quentin, Mother Cluckin' Tarantino. Well, I like my chicken feet frying size right around a 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
Thank you very much, Pat Godwin. Got a nice letter here, Reno.
Yes, sir.
It says a few weeks back, my wife and I saw Reno at Comedy Off-Broadway in Lexington.
And we'd like our money back.
Great show. I'm reading this verbatim. I laughed until my balls hurt.
Love it.
So you know,
That's what I'm going for, baby.
That is a problem.
I'd be a specialist if I were you. It could be a hydro seal or
Well, that's very good. Thank you for the nice letter, Brad. And
Yeah, thanks, Brad.
Reno, this is a little confusing here. 2 shows for Reno
Not at
this
all
weekend.
confusing.
Tonight, it's Josh Reno and Mr. Jeff Oskey, who we'll hear from in a few minutes, at the Eagles Lodge in Greensburg, Indiana. And then Saturday night, it's Willie Reno and Mr. Oskey in Lafayette. Saturday night, apparently Chick and Josh are going to be in the audience at the aforementioned Comedy Off-Broadway,
How is that
Lexington.
an attraction? Do you think? Are you trying to get? You're trying to get people to come over and I'll get in a fist fight, aren't you? That's exactly what you're trying to do.
I'm not urging people to annoy you, which is easy to do by virtually anything.
Said Tom, Mr. Even-tempered, going with the flow, Griswold.
cool breeze.
Whatever's going on. Who is this guy and why is he standing so close to me?
It's the Greg Warren Show coming up this weekend at Comedy Off-Broadway, and he's recording his new special. So there you go. And we're going to be eating chicken feet fairly soon for the first time.
You are going to be.
You're not going to try one?
All right, I'll try one.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but I'll try it.
I might lick a chicken foot.
Lick a chicken. Okay, well, it looks like fun. Now, also coming up in the news, Christy, what have you got, Christy?
Coming up, we still have to get to Raincoat Man in Japan. Coffee drinking could increase your life.
Good.
And Lizzo I don't know if you know this, but Lizzo is a classically trained flautist.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she's.
I have no backbone.
Did you watch?
I love that guy.
She got to play a very interesting flute recently.
She was the best guest host on Saturday Night Live in forever. She was terrific.
She's great.
She can really act. No, she was great. Now, we'll do a quick quiz. I'll start with you, Josh Arnold. What is your sleep number setting?
65.
Okay, now that's kind of right in the middle there. Not exactly the middle, but Chick McGee, what is your sleep number setting?
100. I'm on that end.
Right on top.
Very,
What does that
very
mean?
firm.
Firm
Very
mattress. Christy Lee?
I'm at the bottom, 45.
That's a softer mattress.
Yeah.
But I'll explain this. The way this works is at the touch of a button, you could change yours to a 100 anytime you felt like it. Plus, your bed is going to tell you what the best setting for you is because it's a Sleep Number bed. And Sleep Number has a huge sale going on right now. 30% off the famous Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. Plus, and this is a big plus, special financing for a very limited time right now. Check it out at sleepnumber.com/BT show. The only place you'll find a Sleep Number bed is at your favorite Sleep Number store. They like to urge you to create what we call bedtime bliss because every great day starts the night before. That's where you get proven quality sleep with a Sleep Number bed. I love mine. It's like having 40 mattresses because either side of the bed has its own setting. So if that person over there likes it with a certain firmness that you don't like, you're okay because you're on your own side. It should be called the freedom to be me. That's right. The I Want to Be Me mattress. I haven't changed the name at all the stores. Once again, it's the Sleep Number bed. Sleepnumber.com/BT show. Coming up, Raincoat Man is in the news. And also, we have something no one asked for coming. The dance version of The Matrix. We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not. Yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, Bob and Tom fans. It is a Friday, September 30th. Perhaps it's payday for you. You know, the end of the month, a Friday. However you get paid, maybe you should spend some of that money at bobandtomstore.com. Get yourself a Bob and Tom Show hat, maybe one of those nice hoodies or a hooded zip for these cool fall evenings. Check local listings. Also, our clothing size is small up to 5XL. Check back if we don't have your size. We're always restocking at bobandtomstore.com, but most likely we'll have just what you need. Head on over, check out the hot employees there, both the men and women. I'm telling you, they're good looking, they're well groomed, they shower, their hair is done. I'm not supposed to talk about it, so I'm going to stop, but you should go check them out. bobandtomstore.com. Have fun shopping. Spend a little something on yourself or that Bob and Tom fan in your life that just loves the show. Stocking stuffers. That's right. The holidays right around the corner, and these make amazing stocking stuffers. You'll see what I mean when you get the merchandise from bobandtomstore.com. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news headlines. Well, Trevor Noah says he's leaving The Daily Show. The comedian announced during last night's broadcast he will stop doing the show after 7 years as host of the Comedy Central broadcast. Noah did not give a timetable for his departure, but says one reason that he's ready to move on is he wants to return to his roots as a stand-up comedian, much like Josh Arnold. This gives new meaning to the phrase coin of the realm. Britain's Royal Mint has rolled out its first coins featuring the portrait of newly minted King Charles III. The 50 pence coins expected to fully make their way into circulation by December. The image of Charles, created by a British sculptor and, as you might have expected, was approved by the king before being pressed into coinage. In keeping with tradition, the king's portrait faces left, the opposite direction of his mother's, Queen Elizabeth II. It's a moving story about being welcomed into the herd by strangers. It happened in Germany, where a cow herd has adopted a lone wild boar piglet. Farmer Frederick Staple told the DPA news agency he saw the pig among the cows about 3 weeks ago. Staple thinks the boar got separated from its herd as they crossed a nearby river. It's worth noting wild boars can cause extensive damage, but it doesn't seem to faze Staple or his cows. He says he can't bear to scare the boar away, and when winter comes, he'll let the piglet stay on with the cows. And how's that for some happy news in your entertainment? And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Willie and I have never been married, and we were both astounded to hear that an engagement ring is not also a wedding ring.
Yes. What?
It never occurred to me that you were all such greedy bitches. You needed 2 rings.
That's right, girls. He's still available.
Chad reminds us that there are actually 3 rings when it comes to marriage.
Okay, so there's the engagement ring, then there's the wedding ring,
And then there's the
suffering. I told you to do it, and then you told me to do it, and then when I did it, you did it.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Right now, we've got Bert Chalice as our guest. Did you drive here from?
Yeah, I drove over and no longer driving my Yugo. You know, I had
Got rid of it?
Yeah, I got a Yugo for a while because I bought a Yugo because I had the coupon. Sure. And it's not much of a car. You turn up the radio, the car stalls. No rear view mirror because nothing will be behind you. Believe me. You can actually tick off the Amish people. They go by and bullwhip you.
Sorry, they don't have horns.
I got places to go. I don't know if you know this or not. If you ever get behind the Amish, those horse-drawn carriages, they usually have that orange triangle sign on the back. I found if you fire a softball and hit that sign, you dunk the driver. You just lose him. It's a great little highway thing to do.
That's a nice little trick.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee is over there at the news desk.
Hey.
And there's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hi.
Sitting next to Josh is the one, the only Reno Collier.
Good morning, Chip.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold, man about town, and they call him the Continental.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. And yes, the rumors you've heard are true. It's Chicken feet day.
I didn't know you could eat chicken feet. I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about farming or anything.
Even farmers don't really eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just
on the veranda, we're having chicken feet prepared.
So we have asked our resident cook. We call her Hooker the Cooker because her last name really is Hooker. It's not like a radio thing. Hey, that's funny. Her last name's Hooker. No. It's her actual name.
Who are you making fun of? Who? What program?
I read the mail.
Better yet, who are you mad at?
You got
me.
Sit down. But Ms. Hooker is out there, and she's on the porch cooking the chicken feet because we were afraid we were going to stink up the building. And
yes,
we didn't want to do that.
Is it bad?
Well, imagine when you boil chicken, you can get the best organic chicken breast in the world, and you boil it, and it doesn't smell enticing at all.
No,
it stinks.
Yeah.
It's bad. Well, turn that up about 100 notches. That's what it smells like out here on the porch in an open area. You could still smell it. It's just here. Let's take a peek.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Let's see how these are doing. They're real white and frothy now. They're as unappetizing as anything I've ever seen.
Like Saturday at Donner's.
I feel like I'm in a horror movie.
My dog just called me. She won't eat those, and she drinks out of the toilet. So, yikes. We're going to have to eat those?
Yeah.
What happens after you boil them? Then what?
After we boil them, I am going to create a sauce with soy sauce and oyster sauce, some ginger and garlic, and we'll braise them for about 30 minutes, and then they'll be ready to eat.
See, you shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a chicken breast with nothing on it, and it's still pretty good. The fact that you have to mask with so many sauces and spices.
But this is how
flavor
this is how super spicy foods got going in, say, southern climes where the meat would spoil.
Of course,
they would put
Yeah.
stuff.
It was out of necessity.
So you're saying you could take raw pizza dough and eat that just on its own?
What?
How
do you?
Just say yes. Just say yes.
It's good, actually.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's just get
No,
through
she's doing a nice job preparing these, masking the awful taste.
I'm not criticizing Jess or anything she's doing. I'm saying this shouldn't be food.
My only concern, I think the part of this that catches everyone's ear is that we have to make them less gamey. That's going to have.
But that's a lot of things. Do you guys like chicken livers? You need to
I
make
do.
chicken
So I
livers
don't
less
mind.
gamey.
No.
I don't mind gamey.
So,
I love
yeah,
livers,
so the
yeah.
gamey, earthy flavor, that's why I think they're a delicacy.
Right.
So,
Right.
You know what? Maybe we'll end up loving them.
yeah, maybe.
My grandma said she used to eat these on the farm, but, you know, it was also 1940 and she had 7 siblings, so
Yeah,
different.
it was poor people food.
Okay, don't talk about my grandma that way. She's a lovely woman. Jeez.
Well, no, I mean,
not an insult.
A lot of the stuff that great cooks over the years came up with was because they didn't have a lot of money to buy, or you have to cook what's around.
Right.
Yeah, out of necessity.
And you
Yeah.
don't want to waste something. So at some point, someone said, "Oh, look, there's a chicken foot. Let's
eat the foot.
Give that to Billy. I'm going to eat the chicken."
Let's see what happens. It's like how Rodeo Clown started. Someone's like, "Do it."
Fast forward to Monday morning. Some announcer, the Bob and Tom Show, they're all sick this morning in a hospital. They ate chicken feet.
It's like a cow's tongue. Who decided that would make a good sandwich?
I can't eat that.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever prepared or eaten cow tongue, Jess?
Yes, I have. I made cow tongue tacos.
Yum.
For my family. They were delicious, actually, but the creepy part is when you can see the taste buds.
Yeah, exactly. And you can feel them, too.
You
when
can feel them,
Yeah.
yes,
See, that's
yes,
I'm
yes,
out.
yes.
It's like Frenching a sandwich.
Yeah. My grandmother used to always have tongue in the refrigerator, it seemed.
Honey, where's the tongue at? My tongue go bad?
All I know is in the great movie, My Favorite Year, which is about a TV show and the behind the scenes of a TV show, they're talking about the food. Because no tongue on show day. Tongue on show day, show dies. Now we have a lot to get to, so we should move forward here. Christy, what have you got over there at
A
the news desk?
Japanese man obsessed with women's raincoats has been arrested. He's been dubbed Raincoat Man.
Yeah.
Raincoat Man accused of stealing more than 350 raincoats over a period of a dozen years.
Raincoat Man, please listen.
A 51-year-old recently arrested in Osaka, Japan, and his real name, Yoshido Yoda.
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 What, Yodo?
Yoshido Yodo.
Why aren't you on Yoshito?
So that was Yoda.
Poop in there, did I not know?
He worked as a newspaper delivery man.
Steel raincoats, did I? No, not yes, no, yes.
Upon searching his home, police found a staggering number of raincoats, 360 in total. The oldest one having been stolen in 2009.
Wow. So there's...
Is he a Burberry guy? What kind of raincoat's he taking?
Who knows?
That's a nice raincoat.
Oh, it's very nice.
I'll bet those raincoats have a lot of DNA on them.
No, what a fascinating fetish.
Or is it that PVC vinyl type, the real, the real shiny ones?
Every day we should be grateful and thank God that we don't have this weird affliction, that we have to steal raincoats.
Wow.
Boy.
Here, wait a minute. It says Yoshido, that's a D.
Yoshido Yoda.
Yoshido Yoda worked as a newspaper delivery man and was obsessed with a garment known in Japan as a kappa, K-A-P-P-A, which is a plastic vinyl poncho.
There you go, see?
Worn over one's clothes to protect them from the rain.
You should have seen his room. They went in to search his bedroom, which is pictures of the Morton Salt Girl all over the wall. Just disgusting.
Or that fisherman guy.
Yeah, the Gordon
the fish sticks guy.
Yeah,
so were these only women's raincoats?
Yep.
So did he ejaculate on them, do you assume?
Probably.
No,
he probably did.
No, he just tried them
wanted
on.
a different one for every day of the year.
Yeah, why not? Probably wore them, smelled them.
I'm serious. Isn't that what's going on here?
Of course.
I assume.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's easy to clean up.
Now I know. Check.
Yeah.
Speaking of famous garments,
yes.
What do you call those things that Eisenhower used to wear? Those coats that get cut off at the waist?
Oh, the shorter. The ejaculate.
Okay.
Yeah.
The shorter jackets are known as ejaculates.
That's right. We did that a long time ago, and it's just hung in there. Yeah,
that's a classic. What a weirdo! As Willie says, glad you don't wake up with that. Yeah, it's a nice day. I guess I can go steal some raincoats.
Serious.
I mean, just thank goodness I'm just into Puerto Rican women's feet. I mean, just that's the only thing that gets me going.
Oh man, that is so odd.
Gets me going.
Coming up, we have a special editorial from our guest Reno Collier.
All right,
and also coming up, we have Jeff Oskey and things we failed to mention in the news.
Oh, much to do.
And do you want to throw in that real quick Lizzo story? This is kind of interesting.
Let's get this over with. Nobody cares about this.
Oh, this is great.
I have no idea what it is.
We'll just.
And coming up next hour, it's the shoe of the week.
Really?
Or do we do it?
We already did it. We did it yesterday.
All right.
Real confident in your picks over there.
Remember, you won last night.
Got it. That's how much I care.
We have the rare Venn diagram where James Madison meets Lizzo in a legitimate news story. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets.
the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Man, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Friday morning, September 30th. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. For everything Bob and Tom, check out bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information, links to our social media, and so much more. You got the Bob and Tom Show puppets there. Pat Godwin singing a song and a video you can click on and watch. There's Ace Cosby telling a joke of the day. Willie Griswold's there as well. You can find out lots more about our cast members, what we're doing, what we're up to. I can tell you what we're up to this weekend. Tonight, you've got the Eagles Lodge in Greenburgh, Indiana. Josh Arnold, Reno Collier, and Jeff Oskey going to be live on stage, and you can check them out. The Eagles Lodge in Greensburg, Indiana. That's tonight. ThatJoshArnold.com for tickets and information. I'm going to grab that phone call, and you can get back to the show. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Okay, I'm answering you. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning. Hurricane Ian has regained some strength after exiting Florida and taking aim at South Carolina. The National Weather Center said the storm spent only a few hours as a weakened tropical storm over Florida before spinning back up again into a Category 1 hurricane Thursday in the Atlantic Ocean. Rescue crews wading through water using boats to rescue Florida residents stranded in the wake of Hurricane Ian. Orange County Fire Department posted photos of crews in a flooded neighborhood in the Orlando area. At least 4 people in Florida confirmed dead on the state's eastern coast. Forecasters have issued a hurricane warning for coastal South Carolina and southeastern North Carolina ahead of another landfall later today. 2 space telescopes have captured this week's asteroid strike, the first planetary defense test of its kind. NASA on Thursday released pictures of the dramatic event taken by the Hubble and Webb space telescopes. Telescopes on all 7 continents also watched as NASA's DART spacecraft slammed into the harmless space rock in hopes of altering its orbit, a test to see if one could actually be moved in the future. All these pictures will help scientists learn a little more about the asteroid Dimorphos, which took the punch and ended up with a sizable crater. NASA and SpaceX, meanwhile, studying the feasibility of sending a private mission to Hubble to raise the aging telescope's orbit and continue to extend its life. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
You know us. We're Amish Bell. No poles, no wires, no phones, no nonsense, no shiny objects. Amish Bell. And now, new from Amish Bell, the Amish answering machine.
Hello, Graber. Are you there?
Hello, this is Graber. I cannot come to the door right now. I'm picking out my wardrobe for tomorrow. Please leave a message when I yell the word beep. Beep!
Graber, this is Carl. Listen, I have front row seats to a barn raising. Please get back to me. Goodbye.
The Amish Bell answering machine. Batteries, tape, electricity not included.
Graber, listen, I know you're in there. Pick up.
I said beep!
All right. Get back to me. Goodbye.
Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
I said beep.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Ed.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16, and it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom
24/5.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee in her superhero leisure sweater.
Yes, it's the weekend.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't superhero on the weekends.
I know that. I get my sweater out and no cape for me.
Yep.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
He's in the performance room, and they do a thing with the video, the camera, where how we can see Pat is where they make him greener, if that's possible.
Yeah, I appear green today.
I don't know what that is.
It's
like
all that chicken feed.
Incredible Hulk. Hi, Josh Arnold.
Hey, chick, is that a full zip or a 3/4?
That's a full zip.
It's very
nice.
Very, very nice.
I got to stay warm. I'm an old man. Very few people reach this age. There's Reno Collier.
Good morning.
He's over here. He's an amazing person. There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie
Is
Griswold.
that like $120? What do you think?
I'd rather not say how much this costs. There's Tom Griswold. And Tom, we got there's a platter of chicken feet. Look at me.
Now, we have Jess Hooker outside cooking the chicken. I just went out there and took a big, deep whiff of the chicken feet.
And?
It reminded me of when my mom would use the pressure cooker to make a whole chicken.
Yeah.
And it's as delicious as it is when it's cooking. It has kind of a smells like ass feel.
It's not good.
It stinks.
Look at how bloated those became after being boiled.
Yes, they're very plump now.
Sickening.
There you go.
Oh, it's like a cartoon hand.
It looks like a little kid's hand.
After they get out of the pool.
Didn't you say something last couple of weeks ago about an unborn baby, a food or something?
Yes.
Remember this?
The kale story.
Yes.
What was it? Kale story?
Kale.
Yeah,
Tastes
baby.
like unborn babies.
That's just hang on a second. That's a legitimate news story. They took pregnant ladies, and what's that machine they use, Christy?
The ultrasound they made.
The ultrasound.
And you said the expression taste of a fetus, referring to the sensation of taste within a fetus, but it sounded like you were saying taste of a...
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
That's right.
They were feeding the mom certain foods, and then they could actually watch the fetuses' expressions on their faces change.
Oh, no kidding.
And when they gave them kale, the fetuses would, when they gave the mom kale, after a minute or so, the fetus would go, ugh.
Yeah.
Which is just so bizarre.
They like carrots.
But Willie's right. The way I worded it, it sounded like they were eating the fetuses, and I apologize. It was not the case. But those do look like little fetus hands.
They do. Actually, Josh and I looked up the preparation that I'm going to do for these. It's dim sum, and I didn't know if that was a flavor or a preparation technique. Turns out it essentially means an appetizer. It's a smaller portion of something, so that's what we're going to have. And I think that we'll post the recipe. If anybody wants to make these, I think they would make a fun Halloween appetizer, actually, if you were having a party or something.
Yeah. Dim some ugly little hands.
That's exactly right.
Sorry. And then we've been talking about weird things to cook, and I mentioned that I don't think I could eat cow tongue.
Right.
We got this nice letter here. Get me in there. I'll make you the best cow tongue you've ever had. It's better than roast beef. Thank you, Courtney.
Oh, really?
Signed Chick-fil-A.
Wow, it's hard to believe.
I'm a fan.
How do you make it?
My grandma used to make it. She boil. I saw it boiling, and then she would make sandwiches.
She just boiled it. She didn't like roast it or anything.
I don't think so. And then I had a tongue and pastrami sandwich at the famous Carnegie Deli.
Oh, okay.
Because I figured they knew how to do it, and they sure did.
I don't know. I just can't do it. It's tongue to tongue.
You're absolutely right.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So when I made it, I actually did it in a slow cooker. And then by the end of the 6 to 8 hours, it just pulls apart. It looks like pulled pork. And so you feel like it's just shredded meat on top of your taco. It's perfect.
But weren't you afraid when you opened up the slow cooker that this big mouth was going to go, don't cook me.
I actually have a picture.
What he said.
I'll post it later. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to the next phase of cooking the chicken feet is coming up. So
yes,
we'll
right
see.
now, we've got the garlic and the ginger in here, so it smells a lot better, guys.
Good,
it smells
good.
a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. We'll look forward to eating it, apparently. In the meantime, we do have Christy Lee in here also joining us. Reno Collier. Reno is leading the way with a couple of cool shows this weekend. This evening, it will be Josh Arnold, Reno Collier, and Jeff Oskey in Greensburg, Indiana at the Eagles Lodge. And you can find the tickets at RenoCollierComedy.com. Tomorrow, it's going to be Willie G, Mr. Oskey, and Reno in Lafayette, Indiana at the Eagles Lodge. Same place for tickets. It's once again RenoCollierComedy.com. And Reno has also prepared for us one of his editorials known as Country Fried Takes. What have you got?
Yes, sir. So it is my pleasure to serve you up a tasty helping of what I call Reno Collier's Country Fried Take. In the South, a lot of questions are asked around the dinner tables, such as, how many cups of bacon grease did you put in these greens? Or, did you use butter or lard in that pie crust? Or, do you have any brown gravy I can mix into this milk gravy to pour over my giblet gravy? But one thing we never hear asked is, how many calories are in this? You want to know why? Because nobody knows and nobody wants to know. I made the mistake once of asking my Aunt June, how many calories are in this sweet potato casserole? And she said, don't you worry, honey. There are more than enough in there for you. And then my Uncle Don loudly asked me, why do you care about calories? You worried about your fat arms will rip your new dress?
Nice uncle.
Nice uncle. Worrying about calories is like worrying about who's going to host the Tony Awards. In the South, we just don't care. You know? But apparently someone not too long ago decided calorie counts are so important they made it mandatory for restaurants to post them on their menus, thus taking all the fun of eating out. It's the biggest buzzkill. You see the picture of the 3-pound loaded nacho bowl, and it looks amazing, and you're so excited, and then bam! 3,500 calories. That's like, hey, kids, we're going to Six Flags. Check out these videos of all the roller coasters and kick-ass rides. You'll love the last video. The roller coaster goes through a tube and a guy gets decapitated. Can't we enjoy anything anymore without being reminded of the consequences? Calorie on a menu? That's like a casino posting your bake statement on the blackjack tables. Forget counting the calories. Let's count how many times your cook Dwayne in the Donnie Baker t-shirt has washed his hands today. Calorie counts are such a spoiled American concept. Some areas of the world just hope to have some calories, and we're worried about our food having too many. You think the folks in Mogadishu are worried about how many calories are in their goat chunks and grain paste they're able to scrape together? No, they're just thankful to have it. When it comes to calorie listings, America is like the obnoxious single friend who complains about not getting enough sleep because he's getting laid by a different chick each night. Dude, I struggle to get my wife to sleep with me once every 3 months. I don't want to hear it. And I know what some of you are thinking. Reno, just don't pay attention to the calorie listings. But they're like that crazy guy on the city bus with a bloody nose screaming about the alien overlords at the filth-covered Cabbage Patch Kid he's holding in his lap. I want to ignore him. I just can't. I've always been against any kind of content listings and labels on food. It's just the government forcing confusing math on us. Like a bag of potato chips has 10% of your daily calcium, which means I have to eat 10 bags to get my recommended daily intake. But now I can't have sodium for the next 8 months. And I get the idea behind it. If people see how many calories they're about to consume, maybe they'll order food with less calories in them. But posting calorie counts doesn't cause me to make healthier choices. They just cause me to feel like a fat frickin' loser after I order a double bacon cheeseburger, a large order of chili fries, and a jumbo chocolate shake. And why do I continue to order stuff like that? To help provide me a tiny bit of happiness in the middle of a crappy workday. Happiness that carrots, kale, and calorie counts just don't give me. Plus, vegetables give you diarrhea. I'm Reno Collier, and this has been my Country Fried Take.
Very nice. Man. The Country Fried Take.
Oh, I got music.
With Reno Collier.
By the way, there are 73 calories in one chicken foot, 6 grams of protein, and less than 1 carb.
All right.
Good to know. Well, we're hearing about exotic foods now. Just got this one in. I lived in Japan, writes Chris. Cow tongue, a regular food at the train station. They grill it with soy sauce and flavor it with other spices. Best meat I've ever eaten.
Wow, okay.
Honey, you want some breakfast? No, I'm going to get some cow tongue at the train station. I'll see you later, sweetheart.
At the train station.
Wow. I don't know. I was conned into trying the goat tacos at this fancy place.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Not good.
I thought you liked them.
No, I hated them.
Oh.
They taste the...
Do you recall the most exotic food that you tried that you were surprised you liked?
Oh, that's a great question.
Surprised you
I'd have to
liked.
think about that.
Mine would be testicles.
Yeah?
The beef testicles or whatever. Yeah, at Cattleman Steakhouse in Oklahoma City. They're kind of famous for them, and boy, are they good.
Are they Rocky Mountain oysters?
Is that what they call them?
I don't remember if Rocky Mountain or beef or pork balls, but these
They're
were
deep fried, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I had them
served
too.
with cocktail sauce, and they're good.
Cocktail.
Yes.
But isn't that the same principle? Anything that you deep fry in bread?
Well, you can still taste them. So, yeah.
Like gator. We had gator. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, all that stuff's
Yeah, it
always,
tastes like ranch dressing.
always except it's all deep
like
fried and you
ranch
dip it in.
dressing.
Did you dunk it in ranch dressing?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
Otherwise, you taste the delivery system.
Yeah, the other day, my little girl, my 9-year-old daughter, came up to me and she goes, "Daddy, do you want to try these?" And I said, "What are they?" They're seaweed chips.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
those.
we got those at our house with wasabi.
Yeah, they were. I've eaten those kale chips. They're not bad, but
You didn't care for the seaweed chips?
no, you took a whiff of it. And it was like, oh my god.
Your daughter's eating seaweed chips?
Oh, they're weird. They're little weirdos.
She liked them, though?
Yeah.
Good.
I bet nobody trades lunches with her at school.
You want my Fritos for your seaweed chips?
You know something? I bet you're right.
I'll trade you anything for.
When I was a kid, my dad used to be like, "Hey, do you want some more veggie chips?" And I ate them as a kid, and I called them veggie chips. They were potato chips. And I asked my dad, I go, "Dad, these aren't veggie chips." And he goes, "What do you think a potato is?"
So technically he wasn't wrong.
No, but I mean, that's like the dumbest.
Those potato chips sure are delicious. Right now, we're getting ready to shift gears a little bit. We're going to have Mr. Jeff Oskey out here with news we failed to mention. I'm very excited about that.
And if there's ever been a time to, hopefully you have a pair of Raycon earbuds. What? You don't? Well, now's the time to get on... climb aboard the bandwagon, the Raycon bandwagon. Every day, Raycon earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 different sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. This show or Jeff Oskey or music. They feature noise isolation and an awareness mode. You can choose to be immersed or tune into your surroundings. You can listen while you travel, during a grueling workout, possibly with optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. The earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they will not budge. And Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life. And, by the way, Raycon is celebrating its 5-year anniversary right now with tons of amazing deals and special giveaways. How do I get in on this, chick? Well, you save up to 25% across Raycon's entire site. Just go to buyraycon.com/Tom right now and get 25% off your Raycon order, plus amazing deals because of the 5-year anniversary. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Buyraycon.com/Tom.
Well, thank you very much, Chick McGee. When we come back, we're going to hang out with comedian Reno Collier and Jeff Oskey with news we failed to mention. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody. Greg Warren is going to be recording his album this weekend. You can catch him tonight at Comedy Off Broadway in Lexington as he warms up and gets ready. And then Saturday night, October 1st, again, Comedy Off Broadway, Lexington, Kentucky is the site of the recording special for Greg Warren's new album. That's going to be happening Saturday. And Josh Arnold will be in the crowd supporting Greg and cheering him on. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you can turn out and turn up for Greg Warren. Find out more at gregwarrencomedy.com. Coming up tonight at the Eagles Lodge, as I mentioned, in Greensburg, Indiana, Reno Collier, who's our guest today, Jeff Oskey with the news we failed to mention, and that Josh Arnold, also on stage tonight at the Eagles Lodge in Greensburg, Indiana. That Josh Arnold. .com for tickets and information. We're not done with you yet. We still have more fun on the way on this Friday, September 30th. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at your Bob and Tom news headlines. A revived Hurricane Ian is bearing down on South Carolina's coast in the historic city of Charleston. Forecasters predicting a storm surge and flooding. Earlier, the mega storm caused catastrophic damage in Florida, leaving people trapped in flooded homes. At least 4 deaths reported. South Carolina's coast under a hurricane warning. Shopkeepers sandbagged storefronts in flood-prone areas, and a steady stream of vehicles left Charleston for higher ground. Meanwhile, in Florida, rescue crews piloted boats through inundated streets to save thousands from flooded homes, shattered buildings. Governor Ron DeSantis says at least 700 rescues were conducted in his state, already mostly by air. Asian stocks have sunk again after German inflation spiked higher. British Prime Minister Liz Truss defended a tax cut plan that rattled investors, and Chinese manufacturing also weakened. Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Sydney have all retreated on this Friday morning. Oil prices edged lower. Wall Street fell to its lowest level in almost 2 years after strong U.S. jobs data reinforced expectations the Federal Reserve will stick to its plans for more interest rate hikes. Investors worry the global economy will tip into recession following interest rate hikes by central banks to cool inflation that is at multi-decade highs. Global export demand is weakening. Russia's attack on Ukraine has disrupted both the oil and the gas markets. And we're learning more about the computer hack that swiped personal data from nearly 10 million Australians. Authorities say the hacker or hackers used a series of techniques to conceal their identity. The head of cyber investigations in Australia says the probe into the Optus cyber attack will be long and complex. The official says the FBI helping with the probe to find out who compromised the personal data of 9.8 million customers of Australia's second largest wireless carrier. And that's a look at your Bob and Tom news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good. Right. Cake, great. Right. Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em with the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
The bass player's wife was in the kitchen. Doing dishes, and she's listening to her son play with his trains out in the living room. And she hears him out there playing, and she hears him say, all right, all you a-holes, get off the train. And the rest of you a-holes, get on the train and put your luggage under the seat. Well, she runs out there, and she says, we don't talk like that in this house. Go to your room. So she leaves him in his room for 2 hours. Oh. That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So she brings him out, and he says, can I play with my trains again? And she says, well, okay, have you learned your lesson? He says, yeah, I think so. So she goes back to the kitchen, and he's playing with his trains. And then she hears him say, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for riding with us today. Hope you had a pleasant trip. And the rest of you boarding the train, hope you have a nice stay with us today. And those of you pissed off about the 2-hour delay, talk to the bitch in the kitchen.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on a low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're
coming up.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. As you might guess, we've all lost the will to live. Here's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chick.
Hello, Reno Collier.
Good morning, my friend.
He's right here in the studio. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. And it's almost chicken feet time, but
oh boy!
First,
we're going to eat some chicken feet. Looking forward to that.
I don't know.
I want to remind everybody to get tickets for those Reno Collier, etc. shows. I say that because it involves Willie and Josh and sometimes Jeffrey. Details at RenoCollierComedy.com. Speaking of Jeffrey, I think we're going to hook up with
you
Mr.
mean Jeff Oskey instead of
Mr. Jeff Oskey,
or as you called him, Oskey?
He is has a segment.
Oh yeah!
Oh, he's a man on the scene.
There's a condom on his
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's getting windy out here.
Apparently. I see you have a prophylactic draped over the microphone, not so much.
I tore the condom.
Oh,
I hope it's not lubed because that'll ruin a mic.
Oh, oops. Take it on my next check. Hey, I'm Jeff Oskey with the Failed to Mention News Desk. We give you a lot of news each week, but we don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we failed to mention.
All right.
Good.
Pew, pew, pew. 49-year-old man not only tried out, but made his college's football team. What you failed to mention, I know who's supplying all the kegs from here on out. 49. Oh, off to a great start. Like most of my life. 10 people so far this year have been gored to death at Spain's running of the bulls. What you failed to mention, proving once again the old adage, you don't have to be the fastest runner. You just have to be faster than these 10.
Yes, sir.
A town in Iowa has lost its time capsule they buried 50 years ago. What you failed to mention, time capsule committee members Forgetful Fred and Dyslexic Dave have been relieved of their locating duties.
Oh, Forgetful Fred.
Dave couldn't find the capsule. This is going well.
It's going great.
A man had his entire arm bitten off by a crocodile while swimming in a pond and then found himself lost in the wood for 3 days after by escaping the attack. Before being discovered by rescuers. What you failed to mention, I bet that's the last time he goes swimming for multiple reasons. Only has one arm.
Yeah.
Lots of circles. Lots of circles. Reno and I are going fishing this weekend. What I failed to mention, Reno, I should have warned you. I'll need you to put the worm on the hook for me. Oh, and take the fish off the hook for me. Oh, and clean it for me. They're just gross. Customs officials discovered a bunch of cocaine hidden in baby wipes. What you failed to mention, no wonder that baby of yours has been up all night. People take more photos of their pets than they do their kids. What you failed to mention, because I don't have to threaten my dog, they'll take her phone away for a week if she doesn't let me take a first day of high school pic. A new study says weed doesn't make you lazy. It makes you a little lazy. Like, I couldn't remember if I'd already written this joke before, but I was too lazy to search my computer to see if I'd already written this joke before. So I just went ahead and did it anyway. So I'd say it makes you a little lazy. All right. Pounds and pounds of donkey penises were seized by customs officials this past month in China.
Yes.
What you failed to mention, jackasses, I'm not even from there, and even I know it's a no-no bringing dried donkey dong into Hong Kong. They're not a fan of the schlong. Nice. Lots of rhyming words. Lots of rhyming words. Half of all parents can't stand their kids' music, what you failed to mention, which is why I bought all three of mine Raycons. When you don't want to hear your kids' crap. And finally, salmon sperm facials are now a thing at spas. What you failed to mention, how's that conversation going to go at home? So let me get this right. You're cool with the salmon, but not me? How's that supposed to make me feel, Karen? I've been Jeff Oskey, and this has been the news that we
Pale dimension.
Jeff Oskey, ladies and gentlemen. And Jeff is also going to be part of some very special shows coming up. And did I mention the Ho Chunk Casino in the Wisconsin Dells, Saturday, October 15th? Willie G and Josh and Mr. Oskey. Or was that
no, it's Pat.
Oh, it's Pat? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's very.
It's always been that.
Okay. I got to get these lists consolidated.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of words on that piece of paper. The time capsule story.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, it's interesting that they were. I mean, is that still a thing?
Yeah, we've talked recently about.
Have you ever been part of making one?
Yes, I hated it. Yeah.
Did you do it in school?
Yeah, it was in high school.
What did you put in it?
I don't even remember. I honestly don't. I knew it was a waste of time then. Nobody would care when they dug it up.
Where'd they put it?
Don't even know. I just know they. You know what? They may not have even buried it. They were just like, "Hey, put everything in this little thing." And
I think we did one in grade school, but I don't remember
we did too,
it.
yeah.
You're still really fired up about it, man. You seem furious.
It was a waste of time.
A small town in Iowa planning to open its time capsule for its 150th anniversary.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, ran into a bit of a problem. No one could find where it was buried.
Nobody cared.
The time capsule was buried 50 years ago during the city of Sheldon's centennial celebration. And over time, its specific location became a bit fuzzy. Event organizers had planned to open the time capsule during a town birthday celebration and intended to place new items inside the capsule before reburying it. The town has decided to postpone that portion of the festivities until workers can locate it.
I mean, wouldn't you write it down?
You would have thought something.
Somewhere.
You go to all that trouble and you dig it up, and there's a roach clip from 1972 in there.
Oh. Wouldn't there be some sort of display or something? People come in. I had my picture taken. But
I remember when we did it for high school, the point was not to know where it was because it was meant to be found accidentally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, you didn't want somebody to dig it up to get back their Osmond family record album.
David Cassidy lunchbox.
Now, the story about the donkey penises, Reno, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there are a lot of alternative medicine things happening in the world, right? Particularly in parts of Asia where they're slaughtering endangered species to create what some people believe will be
a lot of that stuff works.
Medications for erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Why do we even need rhinos? I mean, I'd rather just get a little.
All right, no.
But I mean, have you ever?
I mean, I get we can't get rid of the bees, but we get rid of a bunch of rhinos, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I was reading this article about that, and this was at the airport in Lagos. They found 16 sacks of severed genitals.
Oh my God!
16.
That's a tongue twister.
16 sacks of severed genitals.
And what are you again?
And thousands of donkey penises.
That's too many. Too many.
Yeah, but they're used in so-called traditional medicines in China, but it's illegal to import them. So now the horse penises in this picture, you can tell the difference because those are the ones that the customs guys are using as jump ropes.
Those get big. Yeah.
Those are large. Those are serious. They should call it Hong Kong instead of Hong Kong. Hong Kong Fooey.
Hong Kong Fooey.
Now we have to check on our chicken feet are being cooked outside.
Why do we have to check in on this?
Because we're going to have to eat them. Jess, can you hear me out there?
Yes, I can hear you, Tom.
Jess Hooker is out there. Well, how do they look?
Sickening.
They still look like chicken feet. And I'm plating them now. I'm going to bring them into you guys. Are you ready?
Yeah, by all means.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Throw away our clothing.
Okay.
I'm looking at Christy. She's not happy about
this. It's been a long process of, of cutting and boiling and then
Jess has put the work in.
Pan frying the chicken feet, and we are going to try them. While we wait, Christy, do you have a news story over there for us?
Lizzo played a crystal flute owned by President James Madison during her recent concert in Washington, D.C.
J-Mad.
The Library of Congress invited Lizzo, a classically trained flautist, to visit its extensive archive of flutes and extended her the opportunity to play a couple of them.
Well, usually she has a Dolly Madison in her mouth.
At her concert, the singer introduced the flute to her audience and said, quote, "I'm the first person to ever play it, so you're about to hear what it sounds like for the first time." Lizzo, who walked over to the mic and said, "It's crystal. It's like playing out of a wine glass," played a few notes while twerking before handing the instrument back to the representative.
And that's when slave owner James Madison started spinning in his grave.
Yeah, he was not happy about this.
Wait a minute, look at that woman.
She played the flute while twerking?
Yeah.
That's got to be the first time that's ever happened.
Sure.
And she is, in fact, a world-class musician.
Twerker?
Yeah, well, that too, I suppose.
Oh.
But she is a great flautist.
Flautist.
That's a crystal flout.
Yeah, but James Madison.
I was fascinated they had the means to make a crystal flute back then.
Oh, I mean, I think they had a lot of help. I think that they had.
Those were blood crystals. Yeah.
It cost 9 people their lives to make that flute.
Oh, gosh.
But we still have it. That's the important thing.
I thought if James Madison did a lot of the actual work.
So it was still in tune?
I don't know.
How do you tune a crystal
I love
flute?
this. I love this joke. How do you tune a flute? Tune a piano.
You can tune a fish, right? What?
Something like that.
Although the crystal flute does sound kind of like a sex move.
Yeah. It sounds like a Doors album.
He can barely walk. She got the crystal flute.
Oh, my God. Can't believe she can stand.
The James Madison used to be on the, I'll do the Reno.
Yes.
What denomination of bill, American currency, did James Madison used to be on? He's just barfing because the chicken feet have arrived. The answer is the 5,000.
5,000.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't think that they're in circulation anymore.
Can you imagine if you lost a $5,000 bill? Or found one in your jacket?
Well, the way prices are these days, you could do that and barely get change at the gas pump. Seriously.
Can you see that guy with the yellow highlighter trying to make sure it's real? You know?
Now, Jess has just brought in the chicken feet.
It does smell like a Chinese restaurant in here.
Yeah, it does.
Describe them to me.
Smells great.
They do look like little hands. There's apparently a leaf from a tree fell off and got in it.
No,
I believe that's a bay leaf.
That's
whatever.
Presentation.
And then there's some hot peppers on it. They actually don't smell bad.
No, they smell like your traditional Chinese dish.
I'm going to tell you, her presentation is fantastic.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Now, does one traditionally dip these in some kind of a sauce, Jess?
You could if you wanted to.
Okay.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could make a roux out of the sauce that we've braised them.
A roux?
Well, that's where you take a baby kangaroo. And
you clarify it.
You clarify until it boils down. It's all sugar. And then,
You could make it. This is, it's like we said before, it's actually an appetizer. Dim sum is a smaller portion of
You'll
the
bring one on over here. I'll try one. Now, you don't bite the whole thing, right? You just suck it off?
No.
Attaboy, tough.
Oh, I so want to say this.
Okay. Oh, this is so disgusting.
oh, my Lord.
All right, so
It looks like a little baby's hand.
stop calling it that.
Look at that.
It looks like a
one
chicken
finger.
foot.
No, it looks like a little baby's hand that lost one of his fingers.
So what you're gonna do, Tom, is you're gonna put it into the knuckle in your mouth, okay? So put it that middle.
Now, so this is your first time. Just go one knuckle deep. Close your eyes.
And remember, relax, Tom.
Yeah.
Gotta relax.
Okay, I'm trying.
So you're gonna go to the knuckle. You're gonna bite, and then you're gonna suck and pull out.
This is awful looking.
Don't forget to pull out.
Hey, and I know how you should pull it out.
Yeah, I know. That's for sure. Okay, I'm trying it again.
Oh, my God.
Well, all that work that you went to, it's very hard to eat these.
It is a delicacy.
Oh, they feel so weird.
They do feel weird. It is a delicacy. So what you're trying to get, you're trying to get the tendons, and there's still going to be a little bit of collagen in those fingers. Because
I'm going to go for the meaty pad here.
Okay, you might that is some tough skin, Josh. I suggest you maybe rip the skin and then bite the meat.
This.
Just eat it. Let's just eat it. So you bite down at the knuckle.
It's a lot of work to eat these things.
Reno's in. He's biting. He's sucking.
You don't get much meat.
There we go.
No, it's not bad.
You just get.
It just tastes like chicken fat.
Yeah, you just get the flavor of the chicken fat. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I kind of removed.
Is it supposed to have a ring on it?
That is very silly.
This chicken was engaged.
Okay, Josh, what do you think?
I don't know what to do.
I don't think I can.
Just bite it and suck.
There you go, Josh. Is
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Josh went after it.
Oh, God.
He's spitting it out.
What do you think, Josh?
That's all gristle right there. There's no... I'm telling you. We shouldn't be eating the part that the coyotes leave on the ground.
If it's not good enough for them.
There is nothing here.
We actually had a listener that called in, and he fishes for crab. That's what he gets, and usually they get parts of the chicken that they don't necessarily use. He said crabs eat everything. They eat everything.
Sure.
They eat everything on the chicken except the feet.
Even the sea spiders leave it alone.
Wow.
I can't get anything off of these.
Christy, are you going to try one?
Hell no.
Really?
I'll try. I don't want to, but I will try one.
Do it.
Ace, did you try it?
Yeah, I got a little bit of the pad. It just tastes like chicken
fat. Are you gonna do it?
I don't think I can.
Chip, don't do it.
And I'm not this way, and I'm getting a little sick.
I know. I can't even look at
Never
them.
has a second helping at home.
Like baby hands.
It doesn't taste that bad.
You were really married to that, aren't you?
Look at this thing. It looks like someone lopped the hand off of a baby.
Well, we don't want to keep saying that.
To eat it, and
Yeah, it's gag work.
Eat it, Willie.
Jess, thank you so much for all your hard work.
Jess, are you going to bite one?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Jess is going for
All right,
it.
she's doing it. She's
girl. Is this your first time?
What do you think?
You know, she's very enthusiastic.
She's thinking.
I got a little bit of the bone in there, but I don't think it's bad. It's not bad. If you're a texture person, this is not for you.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's so much work to get so little.
It is. It really is.
I'm really struggling with this, you guys.
Did you eat it?
I just ripped it apart. I feel like a big monster now.
Guys, I have bad news. There's there are about 12 chickens out there in wheelchairs.
They'll no longer dance.
They're picketing.
The big one is Stumpy.
Can we talk to you guys for a second? Oh, boy.
I want to talk about good food right now. I'm talking about Hellofresh. You got a busy fall going on. You've got the kids in soccer and dance class and the football season. Hellofresh has your back. If you want to do some cooking and have some great home-cooked meals, I would suggest Hellofresh. They're famous for their quick and easy meals. More than 30 recipes every week, 70-plus seasonal and convenient items to choose from. Always something new to enjoy. Check out HelloFresh with a brand new offer. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 65. Why the new code? Well, BT Show 65 is in honor of 65% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 65. Willie, what kind of stuff can you grab at HelloFresh?
Football season has me thinking about the pork and black bean chili with spicy crema and Monterey Jack cheese. HelloFresh is going to send you 12 ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps, and in just over a half hour, you have this delicious chili you can save, make some chili dogs, whatever you want, with our food from our friends at HelloFresh.
They do the shopping. Let's see. They do the measuring. You just take the kit and put it together with some pictures that show you how to do it. You're going to be like a gourmet chef. Great for date night. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 65. That's HelloFresh.com/BT Show 65. 65% off. It's their best deal ever. And free shipping.
Hey, Tom. I'm sorry. What? Bob and Tom saying.
Willie. What
Tom, he's playing with it. Willie's playing with his food. He's making his chicken foot dance.
I'm back. I'm back. Come on.
When we come back, it's time to get serious and teach you a little something about living. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Minimax Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
we got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I see, I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. And I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email. Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Once again, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show on a Friday morning. My name is Mark Allison. You know, we learn a lot during the course of the day. Today, no exception, and we'll be back with a look at things we learned on the show today, as well as a bit of history with Tom Griswold. Reno might join in as well as we look at this September 30th in our history with Professor Thomas B. Griswold. They're standing up in front of the class at the chalkboard, looking down his nose at you, letting you know a little bit about history. Yes, that's on the way. Stay tuned. More fun. Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom sports update. Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa sustained neck and head injuries after being slammed to the ground last night against the Bengals and was stretchered from the field. Dolphins and their quarterback conscious and had movement in all his extremities after being taken by stretcher from the field to University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The Dolphins report after losing to the Bengals last night 27-15. And the latest report was he did go back to South Florida with the team last night. And also in the NFL, Sunday night's game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs will be played at Raymond James in Tampa as scheduled. The Bucs spent most of this week in the Miami area preparing for the highly anticipated primetime matchup featuring quarterbacks Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Cleveland Browns All-Pro Myles Garrett returned to the team's headquarters but didn't practice yesterday after crashing his car earlier this week in a one-car accident. Police cited Garrett for speeding, saying he lost control on a country road Monday. The Ohio State Highway Patrol said he was going 65 in a 45. And for Major League Baseball, two-way phenom Shohei Ohtani for the Angels pitched no-hit ball into the eighth and extended his hitting streak to 14 games. He led the Halos over the A's 4-2 in his final home start of the season. Other winners in the American League: Detroit, the White Sox, Boston, Cleveland, and Seattle. National League winners: the Cubs, Miami, San Francisco, and the Dodgers. And one college football game last night. Number 19 BYU beat Utah State 38-26. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I don't know if you guys heard, you can buy lawyers now at IKEA.
You can. Wait a minute, hold it. No. You asked if we'd heard. I'm going to answer yes. Play the outro.
Wait a second, Ace. You're saying you can buy a lawyer at IKEA?
Yeah, very affordable, but you have to build your own case.
That's pretty good. Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Sex is so prevalent in our society that nobody mentions what happens if you keep having it. You know, that I think every porno movie should end with giving birth to triplets. You know, just as a disclaimer, you know. So everybody knows, you know, what you get, you know. But I'm a stepfather, too. Which I've been for a few years now. And if you're not a step-parent, you know, you don't realize the warmth and rewards that you get for the warm, loving feeling. And it's, I hate you. Okay, here's some more money. You know, you're not like my real dad. You know, that's right. You can find me. You know. track down your real deadbeat dad and have him pay for these Barbie accessories, you know.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Tell you about it in just a couple minutes.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Hey, Matt. There's Josh Arnold in the upside sidekick chair.
Hello.
There's Reno Collier.
Good morning.
Right here in the studio. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
First off, special thanks to Jess Hooker.
Yes.
And for cooking up those chicken feet, which none of us really cared for, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
But think about it. We'll eat cow liver.
Yeah.
All sorts of things.
A lot
You
of
don't
work.
need a cow hoof.
A chicken leg.
Now, also thanks to Noah, our videographer, and Eddie, who probably regrets taking this job every day.
Well, think about that.
I mean, I got to get up at 2 in the morning, so you guys can cook chicken feet. You're not going to
Right?
eat. Hey,
You'll eat a chicken leg, but you won't eat a cow leg. Huh.
Right.
I'd eat a leg of cow.
You eat a leg of cow?
Yeah.
you eat leg of lamb.
Yeah. Right.
I have a leg of lamb, sure. Maybe some mint jelly?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right now, time for a special news bulletin. A breaking story. Apparently,
Queen Elizabeth's death certificate confirms the late monarch died of old age.
Oh, my God.
What? Who knew?
According to the BBC, the Queen's death certificate was released by the National Records of Scotland. It records the Queen died at 3:10 p.m. on September 8th in Balmoral Castle at the age of 96. Her cause of death recorded as old age without any further details. The doctor who certified the death at Balmoral was Douglas Glass, who Buckingham Palace says was an apothecary to the Queen.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, like a Dr. Nick.
For occupation of the deceased, it's officially listed as Her Majesty the Queen. According to the BBC, old age is only usually given as the sole cause of death in very limited circumstances.
Dr. Glass.
I'm glad they solved that mystery.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that pretty obvious?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they have to do it.
You think?
Well, you have to have a death certificate, yes.
They've never brought anybody in for questioning. That's all I know. Not one suspect.
All right. Well,
The game is afoot.
we were eating the chicken feet. Before we get to that, one more letter.
Huh?
That was wild.
Chicken feet. Someone has suggested we try the cow tongue. Donald writes, cow tongue is good. Hog brains mixed with scrambled eggs and hot sauce, the best.
That's like sweetbread, right?
Scrapple. You know, we, Dean, our producer, brought in hog brains one morning, and the cholesterol listing, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Was like 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was the percentage was nuts.
When you say he brought in hog brains, it sounds like one of the guys from one of his bands.
yeah.
They call him hog brains, but he can play that band.
Can't spell his own name, but he can play.
Barely talk.
we got one in.
He's got that new song, Why Can't I Marry My Sister? Okay, sorry. Let's.
What number is it, Tom?
I don't know. Oh,
that's right. The last day in September today in history.
Hey, did we forget something today?
Yeah, we did.
Yep, that's a shame. Today in history.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke joke of the day.
A dung beetle walks into a bar. Mm-hmm. He asks, "Is this stool taken?"
There you go. He wants it.
It's a dung beetle, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, very, very good, Ace. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Time now for Today in History.
This is good. This applies to our guest here. The Grand Ole Opry broadcast on TV for the first time in 1950.
The TV.
Reno, you've been banned from there, right?
No.
Little Jimmy Dickens can suck my... Oh.
I'll bet that was a fairly diverse-looking crowd. 1950?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is there anything comfortable you can bring?
I love this one. 1960, Hanna-Barbera. The Flintstones premiered on ABC network television in prime time. 1960.
Good show.
I think those were in black and white. I think.
The original. Wow.
Flintstones?
I think.
Well, if you were watching on a black and white TV.
Black and white.
Well, that's pretty much all there was. Good point. I imagine the drawings were probably.
Would you tell Josh he best be careful driving home?
1991, the Jerry Springer Show debuts.
Jerry.
The Antichrist version of Oprah.
No, Oprah's the Antichrist.
Fired up. Let's hear more about that, Josh.
I mean, Jerry doesn't pretend to be a doctor like Dr. Phil. Come on. He's a real doctor. Sorry, Dr. Phil. Let's see. Happy birthday to the late Truman Capote.
Thank you for the birthday.
Oh, here's Truman now.
Fabulous.
Boy, me, I'm going to have more money than you ever thought of having.
That's not far off.
Yeah, well,
pretty close.
Happy birthday to my daughter, Ava. Tomorrow's her birthday.
It's tomorrow. Okay, it's tomorrow. It's not
We're
today.
not going to be here tomorrow.
Well, that's Ava's problem.
Have you seen the marijuana strain that they've named after Truman Capote?
No.
In Cold Bud.
That's
I can't believe I'm laughing at that.
And also the second breakfast at Spliffany's.
Well done.
Now for things we learned on the show, Tom offered Mike Mark a gift. He made a big deal out of it. You should have seen him off the air. It's a multi-cup holder for when he makes his Starbucks orders.
And you know what Mark said? No thanks.
No thanks is what he said.
It's
crushing, Tom.
When you have like 6 cups of coffee in your car and you don't have a place to put them all. This thing is like a toolkit tray thing with 6 cups.
Tom, if it makes you feel any better, I watched Mark come in with the drinks this morning, and he looked at me and he goes, I wish I had that big cup holder.
They're sold out at the whatever it is, the container store.
I thought you got him one.
I know, I got the last one.
Jess Hooker made chicken feet out on her porch, and the whole building and the adjacent homes all smell like chicken feet. Tom's not done talking about this, was my favorite quote.
That was good.
Reno, Josh, and Jeff Oskate tonight, Greensburg, Indiana, at the Eagles Lodge, and some of us will be back Monday.
Okay. Greg Warren, Lexington. Don't miss it.
He's going to bomb so bad.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.